Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, get ready for an entertainment explosion. Get ready for an avalanche of awesomeness. Get ready to go live with your boy. Here he is, Hoodie Jube. And make sure you hit the subscribe button for your chance to win tickets to a live New Orleans Saints football game.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Hoodie Jube back with another live podcast. And if y'all don't know, y'all will know. There's no YouTube without your boy Hoodie Jube. How is my Who Dat Nation doing, y'all? How is everybody doing, man? Are y'all ready for this game tomorrow at 3:30 against the Buccaneers on Halloween, y'all? Can't wait to go tomorrow, y'all. Just want to know how everybody's doing, but let me start off the show like I always do. Thank you, Mr. Dynamite, for this intro. We love it, and there's no better way to start the show off with playing that intro one more time for him, Jube.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, get ready for an entertainment explosion. Get ready for an avalanche of awesomeness. Get ready to go live with your boy. Here he is, Hoodie Jube. And make sure you hit the subscribe button for your chance to win tickets to a live New Orleans Saints football game.
Alrighty, let's get into the chat a little bit, y'all. We got Mr. Elite up in here, man. Who that to you, Elite? Who that to Mr. Pickett and Flicker, man? Who that to you, man? Welcome to the podcast. Who that to you, Mr. Jerry? Mr. Jerry's up in here. Hey, Jerry, I dropped the link in there for you can join on in here and talk with the round table. We know we always want to hear you talk. Mr. Brian's in here, man. Who that to you, man? You guys are in the podcast, man. Waiting on a few other people and to join on here because we're about to get our little round table going in a second. So let me bring on one of the person that's in here. Y'all know who it is. It's the OG, y'all. Everybody calls him the OG. Yes, Mr. Jerry is on here. So there's no other better way to introduce him, right, than to give him that big shout out. And here he is coming on the Hoodie Jube Live podcast. They call him the OG, the one who will bring the subscribers to you, Jerry. Jerry, where you at, brother?
Yo, what's up?
Nothing much, man. We got this podcast. We're about to start a little round table. I know it's a little late, so we might not have too many people that we normally would have, but you never know. People are probably going to start tuning in a little bit, and we're going to basically go over our thoughts on tomorrow's game and what we think, we need to do to win and what our thoughts are,
Right. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, man. I literally just got off of work, came here, and got on my podcast so I can, go over the round table. But also, real quick, we're gonna bring on the other person that's in the that's gonna be in the round table with us tonight. Everybody knows him and everybody loves him because he speaks the facts and he's gonna speak that knowledge into you. And everybody is. Let me give him a good introduction, Mr. C.T. Crusher. Welcome on the podcast.
The champ
is here.
Acknowledge us.
Yes.
Who that tall, my fellow? Who that? Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share this in your social media. Get some subscribers. Let's share this thing. Let's support the hood. How y'all doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing great.
Man, I am doing fine wine. Getting a little breezy out here in Southwest Louisiana, and I'm here for it. I'm totally here for it. Cut the grass. And didn't even hardly breathe hard. Didn't hardly even break a sweat.
Champ, bro.
Hey, somebody got to do it, OG. Who that to you?
Man, I hear you.
Who that to you? Who that to everybody? Mommy Jube, who that to you?
And since you said
Elite.
acknowledge me, and I know you said acknowledge us, so let me play that little video real quick so everybody can know what we mean by acknowledge us. Yes, acknowledge us, and who that to Mama Jube too, Mom. Love you. Glad you're in the chat supporting us.
Thank you, Mama Joe.
Hey, Mama Joe.
So
Appreciate
let's get
everything.
on. So I say let's get on the topic, I guess, right now on the roundtable. I know we don't have too many viewers in right now. Like I said, it is a little late, but I feel like some people's gonna start joining in when they realize we're on live. But right now we're gonna take turns going around. With this us three to, Coach Rudy, he usually joins in later. Saints on one might pop on in here in a little while. But for now, I guess we'll start with Mr. Jerry because he's in the middle. Mr. Jerry, what is your thoughts about tomorrow's game? What are your thoughts on if we're going to win or not? And, what do you think we got to do to beat the BUCCS?
Well, if all goes well on Sunday, we just gotta show up and play. With these key guys we got back in the roster. We already know we already got Mark Ingram back with us. I know Kamara's happy, and Anyamata he's back.
Yep.
We just gotta show up and give the Buccaneers a taste of their own medicine. That's all. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's my thoughts and opinion. And like I said, I'm not gonna predict the Saints a score prediction and all that, but I just hope we just put pressure on Brady and put some pressure on Gronk and put a lot of pressure on these Buccaneers, man. So that way, when we go and the crowd gonna be a bigger factor, because I know everybody gonna be dressed up in Halloween gear and all that stuff, and others in Saints gear and everything. So we just gotta show up and just beat and just play. I mean, we can't, cause we cannot take these Buccaneers lightly because we all know what happened last year. Yes, we beat them twice last year, but you never know what they're gonna have up their sleeve. With no Antonio Brown and no and they got a banged up secondary. So, but you never know what these guys gonna do, bro. So that's why we gotta show up and play. Because they're going to bring their A game just like we're going to bring ours.
Yep. I feel you on that one. And also, let's answer this question real quick. I guess we all can answer this one, y'all. But Mr. Bryan wanted to ask me, he said, Hoodie Jube, I have a question. Where were you when the Saints won the first Super Bowl?
Glad to see you back.
He said, where was I? So I was, for the first Super Bowl that we won, I was literally, I think our whole school place literally shut down in Louisiana. Like, all the schools got shut down. So I think it was a Monday night. I think it was. We was out of school. The school shut down, and I was literally at my house with my parents with a bunch of family members and friends, and we were literally marching around outside our big yard, literally going around with freaking umbrellas, all kind of shit, just drone stuff, doing the Mardi Gras dance and shit, getting in the line. We were going crazy. That's where I was for her when we won the Super Bowl. Yeah. So what about you, Jerry? Where were you at when they won the Super Bowl?
I was at my grandmother's house right here in Gulfport, Mississippi, because my auntie from Cleveland, Ohio, was in town for a couple of weeks. So we all sit around and watch the Super Bowl at my grandmother's house. And when Peyton Manning threw that ball, that pick to Tracy Porter, I just fold my arms up and say hallelujah. and that's where I was in 2010 when the Saints won their first Super Bowl. It was a moment I will never ever forget. And 2 days later, they had their parade.
Gotcha.
It just in time for Mardi Gras season, so it was a perfect timing for them to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Definitely. What about you, Crusher? Where were you?
Man, it's funny. I was just getting off of work at Radio Shack. I just won $150 from my manager because he's from California, right? and he had no idea what our defense was doing at all. You know, he just sees Kurt Warner, he sees Brett Favre leading up to the bowl, and he's like, you know, y'all not beating them. I'm like, all right. Kurt Warner marched his ass down there, got beat. Brett Favre marched his ass down there, ain't marched since, literally. Gary Harley sent us to the Super Bowl that night. Oh man, what that was that had to be February 9th, 2010?
No, it was February. The Super Bowl was February
7th? The 7th. Yeah, the 7th. I always get it confused with February 7th.
That's all right.
Like I said, I was just getting off of work. I was at my close cousin house. I had on a Baltimore Oriole fitted cap and a Boost Mobile T-shirt on, which I wish you would have asked me this. I could have probably found the picture. It's the time capsule. Amazing. Everybody, it was just me and my cousin Corey and his cousin, which is my cousin too. You know, everybody cousins. You feel me? You my cousin of mine. You my cousin. You feel me? But it was just us three at the house, and you know, I pretty much had watched it at work. You know, I seen the ambush kick. You know, I seen Pierre Thomas run in for the touchdown. I think it was like a 20-yard touchdown, 15-yarder. But it was kind of spotty as I was watching it. I really didn't get to my cousin Corey house until the fourth quarter. And what a fourth quarter that was. It was so much going on. It was so back and forth. It was like, you know, are we going to do this? Are we not going to do this? You know, we really didn't play good that first half. That onside kick single-handedly won us the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
That is just indicative of how one play can be so monumental in the transition of things and the momentum of a game, and what it does for the spirits around you and uplifts and gives them confidence. Because, you know, after that kick, our defense stepped up. You know, our defense had a new spark of energy, and you know, we held them. I think it was like 2 or 3 and outs. And then they scored. Man, it's so much on my mind thinking about it. I think we had scored, right? We had scored late in the fourth. And that pretty much gave us the lead. And you know, playing football and seeing that whole what they was trying to do the whole second half, and seeing literally that was Reggie Wayne that was hunkered down for that hitch route. He already had his shoulders kind of turned, like he knew that was coming. You know, it's one of those bang bang plays that's like either you scouted it or you haven't. You know, pretty much. Oh, yeah. And when I was actually Corey and Mark, they not Saints fans. You know, Mark barely even watched football. He was watching because the Saints was in the Super Bowl. Corey, a 49ers fan. You know, by proxy, he was rooting for the Saints. You feel me? Like, but he's a 49er fan, and literally my nerves were shot. So I walked into the bedroom and watched the interception by myself, because they was in the front watching on the big TV, and I just had to get away from everything. I'm like, man, we can't let these people drive. We can do this. You know, let's hunker down right here. You feel me? Yeah, right. And when I seen Tracy Porter go across his face, man, and snatch that ball, oh, bruh. I didn't even get to watch the touch. I didn't even get to watch the touchdown at all, because I ran outside, threw my hat on the ground. I was crying. I went and walked around the street. I called my brother. It was almost like one of those things that if you ever watch Remember the Titans, and the night before they went played state, they had like a pep rally in what Coach Boone's in his neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And he had his daughter on his shoulders, and like, you gonna tell everybody who gonna win state? You gonna tell everybody who gonna win state? And it was like the neighborhood was right there, and that's what it was like. Walking outside and noticing everybody else in the neighborhood, just completely just unforgettable, bro. Just one of the craziest, most emotional things I've ever seen in my life, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't lying. I ain't even lying.
Man, you ain't by yourself. You ain't by yourself, Crusher, because let me tell you something. Because when that interception happened, it was like, what's up, King Nip?
King Nipple.
When it happened, it was like I think it was like 3:48 or 3:50 left in the fourth quarter. I said to myself, watch what happens when Peyton Manning throw that interception to Tracy Porter or any of the cornerbacks. I said, watch what happened. And what happened about 3 minutes and 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter?
Yeah.
Peyton dropped back, threw a pass, and who caught it? Tracy Porter.
Man, that boy Tracy P. Gone.
I said, like I just said earlier, I just folded my arms up and said, "Thank you, Jesus."
Man, I mean,
dude,
man.
When they scored on the, I think like 24-17 by that time, but it was 31-17 the final score.
Right.
Man, let me tell you something. I almost didn't want to go to sleep that night.
Man, I didn't.
My grandmother was there cheering me on. My auntie was. And my brother called me. My dad called me. My cousins called me. They said, "Y'all want the Super Bowl?" I was like, "Yeah, man." I was just happy. You
can't even explain.
And the next day, Crusher and you and the Hoodie Jube, I couldn't even stop smiling the next day.
Oh, hey. I couldn't stop smiling the whole year. I couldn't stop.
No.
I couldn't stop smiling. Matter of fact, I still kind of smile right now to think of it. Straight up, it don't leave you. It don't leave you. It don't leave you. It was so much going on, man. 2009, we just had our first African American president. Superdome was the team was in shambles. We didn't know if we was gonna be here or not. We wanted a new dome. They didn't want to pay for it. We didn't have a good enough team. We put a team together and shocked the world. That's what we did. We literally shocked the world. You gotta look at who came up in that dome on the run to the Super Bowl. Like we devoured Kurt Warner, and then we devoured Brett Favre.
Yes, we did.
In a great game, a great battle.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you could probably watch that game right now, knowing the outcome. I know I could. I watched it like a year and a half ago. I knew the outcome of the game, but I said this is a year and a half ago. I'm like, man, Sidney Rice is about to beat us. Like, we're not going to the Super Bowl.
Sidney Rice.
Oh my God! Back and forth. It was the penalties, the craziness, the emotion. Bruh. And you gotta understand. And you gotta understand who picked Brett Favre off.
The same guy.
The same guy.
The same man.
The same man. Tracy Porter, what a legend. Brett Favre tried to do a Brett Favre thing, roll out to the right, try to throw across his body to the left, and we snatched it. Got down there, kicked the field goal, went to the Super Bowl in Miami.
Hey man, it was just, dude. I'm gonna just tell you right there. It was just epic to see, and I'm gonna get back to you on
Yeah.
that because
But yeah, that's where I was though, Brian.
I watched the
Don't
I
get me
watched
started, man. What a magical season,
oh no, that ain't gonna happen, bro.
man.
The answer to that question, Brian, is no, that ain't gonna happen. But anyway,
Do you
back
think
to
we ever get? No,
now,
no.
back to the show.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
only the only way we'll
now,
get the only way we'll
what you
get
were
Jimmy
saying?
Graham back is if he ever come out with his own production, a mass production of footballs or football gear, and it's literally like stitched into the fabric. Just Graham back in the dome. That's the only time. Jimmy Graham is never coming back to the
Oh
Saints.
no.
Period.
And
I
and I
mean,
and I got a Jimmy Graham jersey. I just never. I just wear it from time to time, but I still don't see him coming back. I
no,
still don't see him coming back.
no.
But
No.
Crusher, back to what you were saying about when the Saints went to the White House when Obama was there. Because I was
Mhm.
watching it. I was watching it on YouTube like the last 2 or 3 years, and Obama said to himself, he said, he told Sean Payton, he said, being from Illinois is tough. It takes guts, he said.
Hmm.
But then
Yeah.
he said, Obama said, I made a lot of tough decisions, but I never decided to go on an onside kick in the second half of the Super Bowl because because I'm gonna tell you the truth, that onside kick was sure enough an epic one that I saw.
Yes.
That onside kick changed everything.
Everything.
I, 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 and,
Everything.
and they'd be like, what? When they came out at halftime, they said,
Yep.
what are they doing kicking an onside kick?
Yep.
And it just shocked everybody. It just
Everybody.
said shockwaves. Not, I'm talking about all over Miami.
Everything. It shocked the field. It shocked the broadcasters. Hell, it probably shocked the football.
Yeah,
It shocked
it
everything.
was a lady that's a Saints fan, and she's originally from Germany, but she stay in Miami right now, and she was blown away. She was blown away
Man,
when they
it
did that
just,
onside kick. She's a Saints fan too,
yeah.
shout out to her. And
Yeah,
she
shout out to her. Shout out.
and she was
Straight up.
wearing the Drew Brees jersey.
International, baby.
Yes, yes. I mean, she
Man.
had on her a Drew Brees jersey, and she was just representing the black and gold. I said, "That's what I'm
Yep.
talking about. That's what I'm
Yep.
talking about." And she was shocked about
Yep.
the onside kick.
And to point out, not to kind of go off the main path, but what a magical season. That season was filled with a lot of magical moments. With the best moment of the season was when we played the Redskins, bruh, and we was about to lose,
Oh
and we
man,
played bad. We rallied, came back,
yes we did.
we threw a
Remember when?
pick,
Yeah, when Deacon snatched that
and who
ball.
that? What was Marcus, huh?
No, it was a
That was
Meacham. Remember?
Meacham.
That was Robert
Meacham.
Meacham.
Meacham grabbed the pick from him,
Yes, he
took
did.
the football back and ran the touchdown.
He did.
Now shit like, excuse my language, but when
That's
shit
all
like
right.
that happening, you meant for something bigger than what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, just a magical time, just a magical time for the city, a magical time for the state, magical time for me personally. It just was an awesome moment, man. But yeah, man, I was at my cousin Corey house just getting off of work, as anxious as ever, standing up, watching the Super Bowl on that 15-inch TV by myself, to myself, standing up there praying to God, and Tracy Porter answered the prayers. That's where I was.
Yes, it would. Now I'll tell you. This was before the Super Bowl, and because we were facing the Dolphins at their house, and I'm
Yep.
sure everybody remember because, man, I'll be honest with you, because we was having a bad second half, but then things start turning around late in the second quarter. They start rallying back in the second half. I'm like, oh my God, and we
Yep.
were still undefeated by that time.
By that time.
When they were losing to the Dolphins, I'm like, oh shit.
Yep.
We about to get
They
our
go to
first
the
ball,
game.
but they pulled it together. Breeze scored a touchdown. Bush scored a touchdown, and we just went and won that game, man. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh man, I was just praying, bro. I was
Yeah.
praying that day.
Yeah. It just a magical season, man. Just an awesome magical season. Awesome magical season.
So, Mr. Jerry and Crusher. So, I guess we're gonna try to get back on the topic about the Bucks,
Brian,
and
look, man, you talk about
man,
this Super
we were just
Bowl.
reminiscing, man. We
It's
having old school
talking
talk.
about all kind of
Sorry.
stuff.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Oh, you good? But
we had to share that. That's what Saints fans do.
yep, we got to share our moments. So, Mr. Crusher, what is your idea for tomorrow? Like, what do you think we got to do to beat the Bucks?
Well, I mean, I think we come on here all the time and we almost say the same things about the line of scrimmage, controlling the clock, imposing our will, getting a surge, running the ball, letting that defensive line know that our O-line is going to rule today, period, no matter what. Because, I mean, that is alpha football. That is primal football. It starts with you walking on that field, imposing your will physically on that other team. Everything else comes along, but it starts at that. And yes, that's very important. Very important. I mean, but it's a couple other things that we need to do on the defensive side. I love David Onyemata being back because just like with any one of the older quarterbacks, that's kind of, mobility challenged or, kind of, and, that's kind of a hindrance to them to get out of the pocket. The poison sword, if you will, for a quarterback like Tom Brady, like it was for Drew Brees, is interior pressure. It's interior pressure coming up from the A and the B gap that doesn't allow them to stick to that technique of manipulating the pocket and stepping up. They have nowhere to step up. And David Onyemata being back, I think that's going to pay dividends for us.
Right, Grilla.
Being able to get that interior rush on him and getting him off of his spot. We can get to him early, get to him often, just like we did last year. I know we don't have T-Rex. What a player. I know we don't have Sheldon. It's a different D-line, but we got Marcus Davenport, who's probably been one of the most productive defensive ends in the game. We got Big O coming back. We got, we got Cam. We got to put pressure on him. I think we will. I think it's going to be a big day for Cam, actually. But let me say, I have to say this too. Like just listening to everybody throughout the week, throughout everything, it's like a tell of the tape. They've had big wins this year. We've had big wins this year. They've had, got dominated. We got dominated. They missing people on the defense. We kind of missing people on the offense. It's almost as congruent as two teams possibly can be. I think they're number one rushing defense. We're number two rushing defense. Like we are right there with them. We are right there with them statistically for a lot of standpoints. Other than us being, I think being number two in allowing points this year. But it's all about the plays. I think I talk about this all the time. It's all about the moments, taking advantage and capitalizing on moments. I think it's going to come down to errant throws. I think it's going to come down to a turnover. It's going to come down to those moments. Brian Johnson, it's not going to be one of those games to where they're going to run away with it. We're going to run away with it. It's going to be fundamentally, concluded, early in the fourth. It's going to be one of those struggles that is going to be like, who's willing to break, what's going to happen, and I do look for our wide receivers at least Deontay, to be able to get open. I trust Dennis. I trust Pete Carmichael. I trust Coach Payton to pick on them boys, because even healthy, their secondary is really not good. And you'll hear Tampa Bay fanboys all over the country talk about how they're getting better and this and that, and they don't need them, and they still this and they still that. That arrogant way of not noticing what's going on their team. And the fact is that they're one of the worst. The fact is, even when healthy, all people on deck, they're one of the worst secondaries in the league. They have no confidence. Jameis knows them. Jameis can take advantage of a lot of things that he can see. I want to see a little bit more accuracy from Jameis in the intermediate routes. I want to see a little bit more decisiveness from him in the intermediate routes. Those throws have been the ones that he's missed. So, we got to be hitting on all cylinders to beat the BUCCS tomorrow. And we need to see, I want to see more accuracy and confidence and decisiveness from that standpoint. Can't do nothing about the wide receiver, but I at least want to see Jameis take those throws and make that happen and make that happen. So, they get to him. And we got to depend on some receivers that a lot of people don't have a lot of confidence in, but we have to. That's all we have. That's what we got. We just got to get open. We definitely got to get open. And we definitely got to run the ball. I definitely think Mark Ingram being there, he's not going to be more of a workhorse. He's going to divide them carries. We got to even out that distribution of the ball between our running backs, which I think he will. We also got to pick up the blocks and the blitz on third down, which we haven't been doing that well this year as of, last couple games. Mark Ingram knows the system, knows what's going on. He's the perfect person. Actually, is no more perfect being to be here to pick up blitz on third down for Jameis Winston, especially with our offensive line in the condition that it's been in. That's going to help us win the game. Alvin Kamara being able to get out on his swing passes, on his flats and tunnel screens, getting them in open space, not having to worry about the workload so much because Mark here. The spark of the team, we need to have confidence. We definitely need to, get the edge of the defensive line and have that perimeter sealed. We definitely need to anchor down. So, yeah, when you ask what we need to do to beat the BUCCS, we need to do everything. It's not even about, what one thing or another. We need to do everything. We need to do everything possibly beneficial to us and have that clicking for us to win, period. Yep. We got to be clicking. The offensive line has to click. Calvin Throckmorton, I think, got a nasty in him. I love it. I think he's going to play well tomorrow. I think Teron Armstead going to play well tomorrow. I think we're going to actually run the ball a little bit better tomorrow. I actually think Adam Troutman is going to get a couple catches and some confidence back. We got to get our tight ends involved. Definitely, especially in the red zone. We didn't do that last week. That's what our bread and butter been, getting in the red zone and finishing drives off. Yeah. Jameis needs to be Jameis and not make errant throws, not let, Ty Bowles bait him into making decisions that he don't want to make. Keep discarding the narrative of him being some type of, interception happy, person that is due for a nasty game, because we haven't seen it yet. Kick our field goals, because we need that. We definitely need to make some field goals tomorrow, and we need to come out with energy. Definitely. Period.
Definitely.
It starts at the energy. It starts at the battery. We need to come out from the jump and dominate them up front, and neutralize their speed on the perimeter edge. Mm-hmm. I think JPP's is injured too. They hobbling in here. Their injury report is pretty long. They hobbling in there. I think
They look
Gronk
like
gonna
the
play, but he
Crusaders.
hurting. You know, Scotty Miller's not gonna be playing. I don't think. AB's not gonna be playing. Mike
I
Evans
already
gonna
know
be
because
playing.
AB on crutches.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Yeah. And like I think Scotty Miller is on IR. You know, they hobbling in here. They've been getting by. They totally been getting by. I heard, you know, some people talking about righting their wrongs when they beat Chicago and you know, blah blah this and that, dude. You just hear you know, I guess, dude. I guess. You feel me? It's almost like one of those things to me, bruh. It's like when a bully goes to school and bullies other kids,
Mm-hmm.
but then that bully returns home to mama and daddy bully and makes him look like a peon. I think that's what we are. Period. We bully the bully. That's just who we are. To the Bucks. That's what we've been.
Yeah.
You know,
And
go out in the world, have your success, beat up on people. You know, get the news, get ESPN, get your stats, get your pro football stats, get your commercials, do your thing. But you gotta come home, and you
come
know
on with the
that's a
come
different perception when you home. You know you ain't about all that. You know you ain't outside like that when you come home. And I think that's what we are to them. So we need to play our game, do
Yes.
everything right tomorrow. Get first downs, stay above the sticks, keep the game from the refs,
Oh
play smart
yes.
football. If we have a chance to win tomorrow, Bradley Roby is going to be on the field tomorrow. We're going to see him a lot. We're going to see more defensive backs on the field. You
Oh
know,
God. I wonder if
with
he's
with
related to
their
Brady.
receivers and their tight ends.
The Bradley.
Yeah. Bradley Roby gonna play a big role tomorrow. I do believe he's gonna be on the field in the slot. I think he'll be moving around a lot with CJ, with CD Deuce, with the tight ends and everything else. But we basically have the formula. We just need to cook now. We have the formula. We've been had the formula.
Just
We
gotta
just need to
stir it
cook.
up. That's all.
Yeah, we just gotta cook it. We know what's up. You know, we already know what's up.
Yeah.
So
And also want to add a couple of things. You just said it right there, CT Crusher, and because Ghostface Griller, shout out to Ghostface Griller.
Ghostface, who that?
Yeah, he made a comment on there about watch. He said watch the penalties and most importantly the zebras because he said this is Brady. I say exactly because we already know when it comes to these low down, stinking, good for nothing referees. Mm-hmm. We already know how they are about us.
Man, they a bunch of pitchers.
Just like you said, Crusher, we gotta show up and play because I know they're gonna. Because I already know the referee's gonna bring it, and just as much as we do.
Yep.
But we already know our duty.
Yeah.
We just gotta show up and play and beat these succaneers, beat these zebras down to the ground.
Yeah.
Because every time you turn around, a flag here, a flag there, flag this way, flag that way. I'm like, come on, man, come on. Knock that shit off, please. Yeah. Knock that shit off.
Yeah. We just gotta play smart football. You know, at the end of the day.
You can't
we
play
just gotta
you
execute.
can't play dumb out there, man.
Yep.
And also my message to these Saints receivers. Saints receivers, step your game up. Wake up and catch the freaking balls.
Yep.
I don't care if it's weather-wise. I don't care how your hands feel. Just catch the ball. Because after watching that Monday night game in Seattle, the only somebody that did all the catching was Kamara.
Yeah.
That's basically all it was. I know Smith did some, and I know Callaway did some, but guys, every time Jameis Winston throw a ball, man, catch it. Just catch the ball, bro. I know Michael Thomas is still out, but that don't change nothing.
Yeah,
just
it don't.
Catch the ball.
Yeah.
That's all we want you to do. And I'm sure Saints fans gonna say the same thing. Wide receivers, catch the damn ball, please.
Yeah, I mean, we could be playing. We could be playing a middle school team tomorrow. We could be
Exactly.
playing, you know, the retirement home. We
Playing,
need to catch
playing
the ball.
somebody.
It don't matter. We got to. Our wide receivers got to execute tomorrow. They have to catch the ball. They have to stay focused. Kenny Stills has to have that leadership and that veteran mentality. You have to be tough. You know, we got to make those throws for Jameis. We have to complete those passes for Jameis, bro. For no other reason. You know, every time Jameis makes an errant pass, they talk about it, and then on the other end, the receiver's missing the ball on the dimes that he's throwing. So it's just weird, and somebody has to step up. I don't care who it is at this point. I'm not looking for big names to come here. But Tuesday or November the 2nd, that's the trade. We're not.
Yeah,
It's not
November
one of
2nd.
those situations where we we can get here. Jamison Crowder, I've heard him at the Jets. I didn't heard of Tyler Boyd, which is pretty feasible from a contract standpoint and not get them real cheap. Of course, Willie Snead went to the Panthers. I mean, I've heard Isabella from the Jets.
Isabella. Yep.
Yep.
Brandon Cooks was one I think people were talking about.
Yep. But if
there was another one too. I think somebody was talking about. They were saying he's a rookie. Not a rookie, but he's on a rookie contract. I'm trying to think of the dude's name that somebody brought up earlier. Shit. Brandon Ayuk. I think they were talking about.
Yeah. Basically, this is his rookie season with everything that happened with the 49 with the league last year. So yeah, totally. He's been injured, haven't been getting utilized. I think when they played Indianapolis last Sunday night, I think he got targeted a couple times first quarter, and that was it. Like, he was completely taken out of the game. Don't know what they're gonna do with Brandon Ayuk. Such a dynamic talent. And I definitely could see him in the Saints uniform. I definitely could see him making those tough catches. He has that deceptive kind of speed and shiftiness. He's not gonna burn you, but he's gonna deceive you and get away from you. And he's just such a smart, savvy route runner. And I would love to see him. I would love to see Isabella too. Isabella is shifty. He can run all the routes. His hands could be a little bit better, but I think they're better than anything we possibly have right now. Man, not being confident in what you're doing on a football field is like, I really can't even think of nothing. It's a lost cause. It's a lost cause. It starts all at confidence. When you lost that, Kevin White just exemplifies that. All the externals can look all at once, but the internals have to be together. And I don't want to start to see that happen with confidence. I want to see Traquan focused from the jump.
Yep.
And making them easy throws. Let's make the easy throws easy.
Yep.
Right.
Hey, speaking of receivers too, by the way, y'all, they did make some moves today, and they said that, and this is what I tell people too. Sean Payton activated Kevin White again to the roster today. So, and I keep telling people, Sean Payton's got to see something in Kevin White. For a guy to go to a preseason, you throw it to him back-to-back passes, wide open, drop it, and then he dropped it against Seattle too. Dropped one, and then one of the other routes, I think the ball was just thrown kind of, too far out of his reach. But I think Sean Payton must really see something in him, must really believe.
Well, I mean, the thing is with that is it's almost Sean can have that attitude like being in a relationship with somebody, or that person that's always in a relationship that's taking on projects. That's like, yeah, he paranoid and he broken and insecure and nobody want him, but I could change that. I could make that happen. I could make him a better, fuller person. We could do that. A lot of times it happens. A lot of times you will revive your career here. But Sean has this counselor approach, almost a clinical approach to players that he wants to fix, like Captain Save a player. And for a small amount of players that doesn't work out, Kevin White is beyond being reparable. Kevin White was busted and broken before he got here, and it's internals. It's internals, and it hasn't changed. You know, he still has a lack of focus. When we played Baltimore, he got 2 consecutive throws to him. I think it was some little flats through the flat, missed it, called it again, missed it consecutively again. And I just knowing Kevin White, knowing what, you know, how he was drafted and how his career then turned out, I was not happy for him to even be on the team. That pretty much validated me. And you know what I wanted to talk to you about, Hoodie? Well, I wanted to, you know, tell you a couple weeks ago we was talking about like our wide receivers and having like identity and knowing what we're doing, knowing what routes we're running, knowing what our role is on the team, you know. And you have to look at what happened at Seattle when we throw a vert, we throw it to Kevin White, he misses, he drops it. Right after that, we send a different receiver on the same route, he drops it. It's like we throwing stuff at the wall trying to see if it sticks. Nobody knows what they're gonna be doing. Hey, get in there and run this. Maybe you can catch it. You know, it's real, you know, man, I don't know. It's remedial almost. You know, we're really struggling. Our receiver core has to have some integrity. Make the easy throws easy, catch the easy throws, get the first downs, move on. Jawan Johnson has probably been the most confident catcher I've seen all year. Just from a standpoint of going, grab the ball, catching the ball, and not having like these insecurities about it. Of course, Traquan's been hurt, but he didn't really show anything that would warrant confidence from anybody for what he was doing, missing assignments and, you know, mental stuff. That's mental stuff. If you're doing anything, you paying attention to your assignments and what's going on. So and he totally dropped the ball. He didn't get a chance to drop the ball. Period. He just, like, you know, he came on the field, he was unprepared, and it showed. And I love Jameis hopping on that ass, and I absolutely love Sean Payton looking like that got my approval. I ain't gotta say nothing no more. I know exactly what's going on, you know, because that's a growing moment for Jameis in his career, I believe. I've seen him get mad at other teammates, but something about that was different. He wasn't mad because it was emotional. He was mad because strategically he believes in this player he spent so much time with, and he wants him to do better, and he wants to inspire him to do better. And I think I think he will. I think Traquan had a big game for us week 9 last year. Traquan had a huge game for us. I think he had like 2 tuds. I think he had over 150 yards receiving. He had a huge game for us. So he needs to step up. But yeah, back to the point of what we need to do, the keys to victory. The keys to victory is every key. Every key. Everything a football team is supposed to do, we have to do that tomorrow. Everything a coaching staff is supposed to do, we have to do that tomorrow. Stay on our P's and Q's, stay vigilant, and thinking about the next play, just like we all been doing. You know, very calculated and being aligned with the execution. And we could, you know, come away. We can come away with it. We underdogs home. 4-point underdogs, man, home. In the color rush on Halloween.
That's right.
Craziness. Yeah, absolute nuts.
Be crazy.
But, you know.
Yeah.
To be honest with y'all, though, this is my key of victory to people, is that, number one, like we always tell everybody, the offensive line and the D-line need to step up. We need to win at both sides of the line, on offense and defense. Kamara, to be honest with you, with the Mark Ingram coming back and actually being able to play this game, is going to make me even more excited about watching it tomorrow at the Dome. Just because Kamara's going to have that extra boost in him now, knowing that, damn, I got my boy back with me on the side.
Right.
You seen how hard he used to play with Mark Ingram? Like, I ain't saying he's not playing as hard, you know, without him. Yeah. I mean, he's still doing Kamara, but he just had that little bit of extra boost in him when he was there. It was just that little extra spark in him. And that's what I feel like he's going to bring it out. And all these BUCCS fans, I understand what they're saying. You know, they're trying to back up their defense. So We got Levante David back, this and that. We got
Right.
Devin White. They're gonna shut
Right.
down AK. It's hard to shut down AK for nothing.
It is.
But
Right.
I'm telling y'all, in the dome, it's gonna be hard to shut him down in the dome. And now when you add Mark Ingram to that and bring that little
Right.
spark, it's gonna be exactly hard.
And with that,
Right.
now with Mark Ingram back, it's gonna make it. Yeah, we already know how dangerous Kamara is, but we definitely already know how dangerous Mark Ingram is when you put them two together.
Yep.
Why you think they call them Boom and Zoom or Thunder and Lightning? Or,
Yep.
or
I think at one point in time,
punch or something like that.
literally at one point in time, in 2018, I think Alvin and Mark were both top 5 rushing yards per carry.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare for that to happen like that.
All right, King Nip.
Just the 1-2 punch. Don't get me wrong. I'm not being nostalgic and thinking that Mark Ingram just hopped in like a time capsule and, it's 2 years earlier and, he's the same player. He's probably not the same player physically. People say he's washed. And dude, it's so funny calling a grown athlete washed. Dude,
come on,
he will flick you and put you in the hospital. You do realize that, right?
Come on, bro.
But you get to sit on your couch and call him washed. Yeah, he'll wash
Seriously?
your ass. It's so funny to hear people say Mark
It
Ingram
is.
washed. The Heisman Trophy winner is washed. That dude is a journeyman in the league, dude. One of the best teammates you can have. This dude is not washed of anything,
not.
physically, mentally, spiritually. He's a grown man. He's a grown-ass man. And he's going to get some tough yardage for us tomorrow. Yeah. And I'm glad he's going to be on the field for us tomorrow. I'm glad he's going to pick up them blitzes for us tomorrow. Absolutely. And we can pull this off, bro. Look, man. It's a difference from being a fan and being a fan boy. Okay? We're not going to sit up here every week, every game, and glorify, sensationalize our Saints just because that's our team. That's not what we do on our podcast. That's not what we do in our discussion. We talk critically about the ups and downs, the ins and outs, the technicalities, the particulates, the things that we need to do better in order to succeed. We're not going to go in front of the world and defend things that we have no weapons to defend it with. We're not fanboys here. We know what's going on with our team. But the same things we know what's going on is the same things that we've been knowing what's going right. That the brain is everything. The brain is everything. I don't worry too much about those other coaches around the league, especially in the NFC South, because I think we got one of the greatest offensive minds in the last 2 decades right here. I think we got one of the greatest coaching staffs in the league right here, always have. And I'll take them over anybody any day. And they're going to figure it out like they always do.
Yep. And this is what I wanted. And this is one of the topics I wanted to talk with Crusher and you, Jerry. I don't know the dude's name, all right? But I was watching Big Q's podcast from last night, y'all. And this dude brought up a perfect question for BUCCS fan. And the BUCCS fan last night that was in there couldn't even answer it correctly. And this is the question that I want everybody to hear just in case they wasn't in Big Q's podcast. And this is a question I'm gonna start asking BUCCS fans too, because it really is a good question. So just know last year, y'all remember Tom Brady, the first through week 9, I think it was, because we played in week 1 and then week 9 last year. Mm-hmm. We whooped them, right? We beat the crap out of them. But guess what? Who was doing the play callings? It wasn't Tom Brady. It was Bruce Arians. After they got their butt whooped and spanked, Tom Brady literally talked to Bruce Arians and said, yo, I am a freaking Hall of Fame, a future Hall of Famer. I am a 6-time champion. I know what the hell I'm doing. You better let me take over and be me. And guess what? He did. He let Tom Brady take over. And Bruce Arians even said after he won the Super Bowl, he said it just like this. It was a journey and it was fun just sitting back and just watching Tom Brady take over and do what he does. See, and that's what I tell people. And this is the question he asked the guy, right? He asked the BUCCS fan, do you believe in your coaching staff to win a game. And he said, but with that being said, not with Tom Brady, he's saying Tom Brady is a statue. He's going to stay in the pocket most of the time.
Yeah.
If he gets hit really hard and he's out for the game, do you believe in your coaching staff to make him a comeback and like actually win? The guy kept making, this is the thing I kept hearing out of him. He kept saying, oh, I can, if we have a lead, like a 14-point lead, I feel like we can hold it down and win it.
It depends on the situation of the game.
Yeah, and I'm like, no,
that's not the book life, by the way, though.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. At least he was on here talking, on that show.
Yeah.
But that's all the BUCCS fans are going to say. Like, oh, yeah, I think we can do it with Blake, Gallagher, whatever the frick his last name is. We can do it with him. We can do it with him. And then that's the difference. That's the difference between us and the Saints and the BUCCS. And this is what we're trying to get into people's heads. And this is what the media need to start looking into. And I think Lewis Reddick, I think he understands where the Saints are coming from. He actually got us backed up and actually talking about us. And this is what I'm going to do, to be honest with y'all. This is what the only difference between the Saints and the Buccaneers. Y'all are relying on Tom Brady to win y'all the games. Mm-hmm. Yeah, guess what? Tom Brady won't be there forever. He'll be there for a few more years, But once he's done, y'all done until y'all find y'all another good quarterback, right?
Yeah.
But the Saints, on the other hand, every year,
opposite.
Y'all thought we was relying on this Drew Brees. Yeah, Drew Brees was a big factor. But guess what? Y'all seen the last few years that when he was down and out, and now he's been out so far this year because he's retired, we have a 12-3 record. That's a freaking winning record in the NFL. 12-3 without a starting Hall of Fame quarterback. And that shows you why. Sean Payton, a freaking offensive-minded coach. And that's what I try to tell people. We win and have a winning culture, and we rely on winning because of the coaching staff. It's not just because of the players. Yes,
the players.
Yes, because they are good players, trust me.
Right.
But last year, we didn't have Michael Thomas all year long. And we still had a winning record. We still won the division with barely no Michael Thomas. And look at us now. No Michael Thomas almost the whole half of the season. And we're still 4-2. And that's what I'm trying to tell people. Even if the BUCCS somehow get a good win over us, let's say they just beat us by like 3 points or a touchdown, that tells you the second round in Tampa Bay, when Michael Thomas is healthy, they better watch out because I'm telling you, with no Michael Thomas right now, that's gonna be a big, time thing. And then I bet you people's gonna be like, oh, but we didn't have AB. You shouldn't need AB. You got Tom Brady, you got Mike Evans, you got Chris Godwin, you got Gronk coming back, you got OJ Harris. Y'all got a stacked team. Y'all shouldn't need no AB.
Right.
And
I don't think logical fans will use that excuse of not having Antonio Brown, and because at the beginning of the year last year they had no Antonio Brown. They still believed in their team, and Antonio has become him and Gronk actually has become like two main targets. Mike Evans really stepped up last week. He had a great game against Chicago. Mike Evans gave me like 29 points of fantasy. Dude was balling, straight up balling. Everything came his way. He was catching. Fade routes, jump routes, 50-50 balls. Inspired. He's doing his thing. Who that to you, baby? Like he had a great game. But Marshawn Lattimore bullies the bully. And he's never dominated Marshawn Lattimore. And I don't think he ever will, because once you plant seeds in the brain, you can't do anything about that. You can't do anything about that.
And just to let you know,
like, too, I think DK Metcalf got locked in.
Oh yeah.
Last week, he just joined the club of what Mike Evans been for the last 3 seasons.
Yep. And
you're not gonna beat him. Do all that you think you need to do to take him out of his game. You're not gonna beat him on the field. So and you know what? I'll go down with the ship saying that. Even if he doesn't play great, even if I'm wrong, I'll come back on here and say I was totally wrong. Mike Evans had a great game. Not sure what happened, what was different. We'll look at the 22 and see. But I'll go down with the ship saying that right now. Marshawn Lattimore will clamp Mike Evans like he always does. Yep. We have no reason to not think Paulson Adebo won't clamp down Chris Godwin. If not even clamp down, make him second guess and contest those catches. You're not just gonna catch it, and you're not just gonna get open like that. because what he did with Tyler Lockett was, for me was borderline amazing and underrated. Nobody want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, they got their reasons of why they think they're gonna beat us. If I was a Super Bowl champ, I think I would beat anybody. I get it. I totally get it. I absolutely get it. I really do. But they don't understand. What they do understand is called, y'all ever heard of what cognitive dissonance is?
No.
When somebody has cognitive dissonance, it's like they're denying themselves the belief in something that they know is true. You know what I'm saying? It's like saying, it's cold outside, but in their mind, they still wearing flip-flops. They're still going to put on, short sleeves because the cognitive dissonance is like, it's not cold. I'm not cold. I'm not cold. I'm warm-blooded. I'm going to be all right. I ain't going to catch a cold. I ain't going to get sick. It's like they have truth in their eyes, but they don't want to believe in it. They don't want to sink down to believe in such a nasty or accepting thought, a critical thought. And, BUCCS fans, they have cognitive dissonance. They know we got their number, like a phone book always have. They know what's up.
Always will.
They little bro. Bro. Super
It
Bowl
is.
champ or not, they little bro. They're
Hey,
going to have to step up. They're going to have to step up and thoroughly take that away from us in this division.
Yep.
And it's going to take more than 1 or 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey, to be
talking
honest
about
with y'all,
longevity.
And gentlemen, Hoodie, before you make your statement, and
Yeah.
TT Crutcher, y'all get ready to make a statement. Alan, I just want to say thank you for having me on here, man. Chop it up with y'all, give y'all my thoughts and opinion on this game we're getting ready to play on Sunday. But
Yep.
but the OG getting ready to call it a night. It's been a long day for me. But we'll chop it up hopefully on Sunday after we get a Saints victory over the Buccaneers. So
Yep. I'm trying to think about it. It's up like I'm trying to make a big decision. Do I wanna do another podcast roundtable tomorrow night after the game when I get back from the game, or do I want to just hold that out till Monday just because I know Big Q, the Nola Bros, and all of them, they always got their show going on during the game, and then soon after that they usually have a show. So I don't want all of us to be like interrupted and all being in here and none of us having the views. So I was thinking that though. So,
yeah, Monday's fine.
So I think Monday would be a good day. Like I don't mind having a little podcast tomorrow.
Sundays, I know Sunday be stacked with everybody. The Nola Bros doing their watch party. Big Q's doing his watch party. TJ's coming in between. With halftime and at the post game and
Who that?
Ice cream. Who that to you, Ice cream?
All right, what up, Ice Cream?
Hey, Jerry. Quick question before you hop off.
Go ahead,
Jerry. Okay, there you
here.
go. The guy that asked that question, is this him in the chat? Because it looks like his logo. And I think he's a new guy. It says the BUCCS talking big noise, and his name is, I think it's Vernon. Let's see, Vernon Joseph. Was that him that was on the
Vernon Joseph?
Yeah, was that him or is that somebody else I'm thinking of?
Yeah, I think that was him.
I don't remember. So if you are in the chat, Mr. Joseph, if that's you, that was on BizQ asking that BUCCS for life. The question yesterday, please let me know if it is. Come hop on here on the podcast, come talk with us, man, because I want to, talk to you about that question because that shit had me hyped last night. Cause I said that is a really good question to ask BUCCS fans, and I bet you they won't have an answer, and they won't have no damn answer.
Yeah.
But But thanks again, Mr. Jerry, though, for coming on here. And like we said, I might can have a little podcast tomorrow. Tomorrow evening maybe.
To Crusher.
So, hold on, Jerry. Jerry, you can't hop off yet. Jerry, you can't hop off yet. Hold on. We got to bring in somebody real quick, and I know Jerry loves the voice. So here she is, Miss Tess, y'all.
Tess, y'all.
What's good, everyone?
Is this a test?
Yeah.
Better known as the council.
This ain't a test. This is a real thing. What's up, baby? Who that?
Who that? Can y'all hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
What's up?
We can hear you loud
You
and
got to
clear.
stick around, Jerry, because I'm really tired too, but I'm here.
Ooh, she calling you out, Jerry.
I'll stick around for a minute.
I wanted to speak to what CT Crusher was saying about cognitive dissonance, right? And
They know they got it, boo.
they got it.
They don't
And
want to admit it.
you ever heard of Dunning-Kruger?
Yes.
That's a type of cognitive bias in which people believe that they are smarter and more capable than they really are, but they're essentially low ability people that don't possess the skills needed to recognize their own incompetence.
Talk your
Thank
stuff, Miss Tess. Free.
Thank you.
Preach.
Love it.
So,
yes.
gentlemen, what did I miss?
What did you miss? We basically was talking about, if you want to, give us your thoughts. We were trying to figure out what is the key victory for us to beat the BUCCS. What do we need to do tomorrow? And basically, me, Crusher, and Jerry basically said it all. We basically need to have, everything. Special teams, defense, and offense has to all be clicking all day.
Yeah, got to be clicking. Just
On all cylinders.
yes.
Yep.
Got to put Brady on his ass early and often.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Got to have some
This test,
protection.
that's why you the counsel.
Yep.
For good reason.
What's up?
Definitely have to give Jameis some room to throw, man. And I'm hoping Mark Ingram will help with some protection up there.
Definitely. He's a big man.
Oh, yeah.
Big smart
yeah.
man. Big trust level.
Big trust.
Oh, yeah. Whoop, whoop.
And
Been here before. Did
Let's
that.
get it.
Know the offense. Know
Hey,
what's
just
up.
to be honest with you, I don't know if y'all want to agree with me or not. With Mark Ingram, like, we had Drew Brees and everything. Mark Ingram was our most hyped man when Kamara was there, right? Remember, he gave Kamara that spark. Well, he gave the whole locker room a spark just because of his energy and stuff. And then, your defensive people was like Cam Jordan, he was the hype man on the defense. But
Right.
Jameis is one of them goofballs, at practice, like, he matured a little bit, but he's still the goofball. He brings the energy. He makes everybody smile there. Just think of him and Mark Ingram together in the locker room. I feel like they both going to bring vibes. Like, I feel like he's going to put a spark in Jameis a little bit, y'all, to be honest.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Mark
no.
Look,
Mark-
he's gonna be the spark of this team because he knows
Yeah.
the team well.
This is what I love about infectious personalities like Mark Ingram. He's gonna keep you on your toes as a person. To be around somebody like Mark Ingram, from what I gathered, is you either are who you are or you're not. Because, smart people don't try to impress anybody. They just be smart. It's the dumb ones that try to act smart that try to impress everybody. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Mark Ingram is one of those social, I don't know, parameters. He's one of those social people that he puts that out in the environment around him. It's like, look, you either are who you are or you're not. Because I am who I am. I'm happy. I'm energetic. I'm smart. I'm confident. We are who we are. You either gonna rub off on me or you're not gonna like me. And it's almost kind of the same person that I am. Just to put that energy out in the world. So to have that back in the locker room, it sets a new level. It sets a new template for our morale, for everything that Mark is, for what he does, especially if he sees success in a way. It just keeps spreading. Everybody has to get on his level. You know what I'm saying? They have to get on his level because he's always been like that. He's always been like that. Match his energy. And we're gonna be good. One of the best hearted people, one of the most energetic people ever. He's my favorite Saint. Absolutely my favorite Saint. For Mark, when Mark went out for the no call to happen, for us not to get to the Super Bowl, and for Mark to be gone. It was like, the story at the end of remember the Titans when she was telling all the good stats and the good things. This was my like Tim Burton Nightmare Before Christmas type of you know deposition of what happened during that season. Like, it just was the most cynical thing, the most bitter thing, that it just was like, no, we didn't go to the Super Bowl. The refs didn't call pass interference, and my absolute favorite is gone. Mark Ingram had to get traded for money issues, and it just was the saddest outcome I ever could have thought. For real, I was very devastated when Mark Ingram got when he left, because, like I said, Mark Ingram is infectious, bro. He's infectious. He did the same thing on the Ravens. He did the same thing at Houston. He's one of the best teammates you can have for any reason other than being there for you and making sure you know who you are and staying on top of you and being successful in your lane and staying in your bag. You feel what I'm saying? He tests people like that, and he puts that out in the world. So
definitely. And then Jerry, Tess, and Cressa, quick question. So GR3 said, and I agree with him. He said the biggest key for victory tomorrow for me, number one, you got to press this Brady all day. Davenport needs to have a game ball after. And number two, we can't settle for field goals in the red zone. When we get down there, we got to score. And that's why I think we are the number 2 team right now in the NFL when we get to the red zone. I think we're ranked number 2.
I'd agree.
Me too.
Yeah.
Totally agree with him.
And I think I'm about to have to call you guys back. My phone is acting up again. But that all goes to the keys of victory is every key. Everything's essential. Not leaving points on the board. Not having holding calls that's pushing you back and getting you in 3rd and 9s and 3rd and 10s and 3rd and 12s. Making the right calls, making the right reads, throwing short passes, throwing easy passes, getting easy completions, getting people confidence, defense playing good, playing together, communicating. Like, everything is essential. It's not one facet of the game that's not essential for us tomorrow. So, and it's definitely vital. We definitely can't leave points on the board.
Absolutely. And look, this is how I look at it. No drops, no to low penalties, no turnovers, no mercy.
There you go.
And to be honest with y'all, too, another thing that would be great for tomorrow, too, please don't do what we did against Carolina where we couldn't run the ball and we only ran the ball 7 times. I don't care if we get 1 yard on run play. Run the damn ball again. We're going to visibly run the ball down that throat because I'm telling y'all, everybody wants to, talk about their front 7. Don't get me wrong. New Dominant Sue, Jason, Pierre-Paul, and all them, they are good. I'll give them their credit. They are good. But I'm telling y'all, we can run the ball down their throat easily because you still got Kamara and you still got Ingram. And everybody's going to think Ingram's washed up. But I'm telling you, that boy can still get you 2-3 yards on a carry if you need him to. And that's going to make it even shorter on 2nd down or 3rd down.
Hoodie, let him sleep. Just let him sleep. And I tell you what, I'm worried more about Vita Vea and Devin White more than those other guys.
Exactly.
Yep.
Hey, y'all. Hey, gotta hang up. So I'm gonna hang up. I'm gonna call y'all right back, all right?
Promise?
Oh, no, prometo, bonito. I
Gotcha,
be
bro.
right back.
All right, good night, man.
Gotcha. I'll put the link back in there for you. And anybody else in the chat want to hop on with the roundtable, man? This is the link right here. You click on it and come talk. What about you, Broski, my boy Ryan? You want to come on here and talk about some football with us? Anybody else?
Yeah, because I'm getting ready to shut it down right now. But Tess, is good. It's good to have you on here, sweetheart. It's always good to have the council in the building.
Good to be here.
Definitely.
Always. And
So
and all I can say, and I'm gonna close out with this. If we just do, if we already gave our keys and stuff, but all we gotta do is show up, beat these Buccaneers, and get this win on Sunday. That's all I got.
hey, and another thing, GR3 said, "Do you guys predict a high or low scoring game?" I hope the defense make a statement. To be honest with y'all, if I had to pick a score, my score prediction would be like a 21-17 Saints, or it'll be like a, maybe 24-17 Saints or whatever. The reason why I say that is because our offense, the receivers, Michael Thomas and them, not everybody's fully healthy. You don't have, your boy Taysom Hill and the Swiss Army knife that do everything for you. So you're still missing a few pieces on offense. Our offense is going to be a little bit like a downgrade of an offense. But that defense is so elite. And all these BUCCS fans and all these media people are talking so much crap. Saying the Saints got to score 30-plus points just to beat the BUCCS. No, we don't. Because you saw with Seattle game, we won 13-10. We can easily score 13, 14 points and beat the BUCCS because all we got to do is put that pressure on Tom Brady, put Tom Brady on his ass, make sure they don't get anything against us, and we can hold them to 10 points. We held them to 3 points last year, and everybody want to say, but their team chemistry wasn't together. Dude, y'all was already at week 9. And it wasn't because y'all didn't beat us because y'all team chemistry wasn't there. It was because your stupid team was following and listening to Bruce Arians. And then after that game, after we whooped them, Tom Brady took control and actually ran his plays. So, and that's what made it a little bit different. But to be honest, we would have beat him, I felt like, in the playoffs if we weren't had an injured Drew Brees, an injured Michael Thomas and stuff. It just happens when people are injured, you're not going to play to you 100% that you should be playing.
Right.
Hey, Pammy Whammy.
Hey, Pammy.
Oh, Pammy just hopped in here. What up, Pammy? She said 23-21 Saints. That's why I said I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game, to be honest.
Y'all click the link in the chat if y'all want to come and talk, say your thoughts, give us your thoughts and opinions on the game on Sunday. Y'all more than welcome to come on board, especially you, Miss Pammy. Come on in.
Come on in and talk.
Don't
Anybody else want to hop on in here and come talk with me and Tess?
Got Tess here. She'll take care of you.
Yep, the council will take care of you.
Oh, yeah.
But, any last words you want to say? Anything, Mr. Jericho? I know you said you was ready to kind of shut it down.
That's pretty much all I got for you, Alan.
Gotcha. Well, thank you again for coming on the podcast, and we're gonna end that with Mr. Jerry and play his video for him while he leaves on out of here. And like we said, we're gonna come out here tomorrow with that W against the BUCCS. I'm really confident, and like I said, our defense is legit. It's elite, and plus we're getting big O back too on the front line. That helps us even more on defense. So let's play the video for Mr. Jerry, y'all. Thank you, Jerry, man. And Miss Tess, I know we got Mr. Crusher said he was going to be hopping right back on here. So here he is. He's back in here. He promised you. He said he was going to be back.
I got phones everywhere. I got 3 phones.
Hey, I need 3 phones. I only got 1.
No, I know, dude. I just got 1.
Yep.
So what I missed?
Oh, nothing really. We just basically ended it saying that Mr. Jericho, he was hopping off and stuff. And then I think right when you got off too, I was telling him about one of the other key to victories, and the reason why I feel so high on our team is that everybody in literally the media, all the BUCCS fans, they all saying we got to score 30-plus points to beat the BUCCS when we don't. They seen what we did to the Packers. They seen what we did to Seattle last week. They got to understand we don't have to score 30-plus points to win because we got an elite defense. And all these BUCCS fans are getting so hyped up and all that about Mike Evans, saying he's going to score 2 or 3 touchdowns against Mike Evans. And I said, okay, look, I understand he's doing good this year, like better when people are out. But you got to understand, he's been there for the last 4 years. And who's been playing against him the last 4 years? Freaking Marshawn Lattimore. What happened? They said, so far, I think they lined up against each other 96 different times so far. And you only got 1 catch on him. But you think he's going to have 3 touchdowns against him. What's going to make it a change? It ain't like you can say, oh, out of 96 times, he caught like 40 passes and 50. He had 1 good game, then he had a bad game. He had a 1 good game and a bad. It ain't like he's off and on. He's been having bad games ever since he met Lattimore. And you're going to tell me it's just going to change now, all of a sudden. Right. No, it's not going to change. The only way I see it changing and him getting a touchdown is they take Lattimore for him for a play and put him on somebody else. Because if you watched him in some of the games last year and the year before that, he did have like 2 or 3 catches, for like 40 yards, but it wasn't on Lattimore. It was when Lattimore got swapped out for somebody else and he was on like the other side of the field. That's the only time I see Mike Evans get open.
That's the only time. And look, I know this sounds arrogant and stupid and cocky, but until I see anything different, that's what I'm gonna dance with. Until I see anything different, any other outcome, that's what I'm going with. Cause I ain't never seen nothing different. I ain't never seen, no matter what newfound confidence he had, different game, different year, blah blah this and that. Don't matter. All I see is Mike Evans getting clamped. Period.
Yep.
And it is what it is. You know, that competitive energy, that mental block, that, you know, frustration sets in, and he's just not getting. Now, if he has a good game tomorrow, then I promise I'll be the first person to say, look, I apologize because I was wrong, and maybe I was too confident.
And to be honest with y'all too, you know how people say, like you just said, we can be confident about saying Mike Evans ain't gonna have a catch or maybe one catch just because we see it every year with the guy, right? Yeah. And I tell people, I'm confident that we can beat the BUCCS. Why? The defense is elite, and to be honest with y'all, this defense is a little bit better than last year. And just think, when we played the BUCCS both times, we didn't have Kawhi out there because he was hurt. Yeah. Now he's healthy. Yeah. And then you got almost a identical piece just like him and Pete Warner, who's younger. And like I told y'all, he plays a little bit like Luke Kuechly. So you got other players that Tom Brady hasn't played against because of last year because they wasn't on the team or like even Tano. On the field. Who?
Just like Tano.
Oh, yeah, Tano. Yep.
And Tano, too.
And then another thing, and this is what I told everybody. I'm going to be at the game tomorrow, y'all. I want to see Tom Brady pick on Debo. I just want to. You know why? Everybody that was picking on Debo, even Aaron Rodgers did it in the first game. He picked on Debo, picked on him, and what happened? Debo picked him off. And I said, you can keep picking at a rookie as much as you want, but eventually you're going to get picked off. And Debo has been doing that so far this season. I think he's got 2 or 3 picks already. And he shows people, you can keep coming my way to pick on me, and he keeps getting the picks. And the interceptions that he's doing that on is literally close to the red zone. Literally, when they get into the red zone, that's when Debo starts picking it off. He might not do it up close, but when we get to that red zone, he's been shutting people down. Yeah,
which is understandable. You know, any rookie cornerback, excuse me, is gonna get picked on. You know, of course, the defensive coordinator wants to see what he's made of. I mean, offensive, excuse me. Of course, that other team is gonna pick on him. He's the newest person on the team. He has probably the lesser knowledge of everything going on. You know what I'm saying? He's probably not as strong mentally, physically as other players. He's fresh meat. It's like going to prison, and of course they're gonna pick. They might whip your ass. You might get skull drug, but of course you're gonna get picked on. You know what I'm saying? But CT, that's understandable.
But CT, we have something this year that we didn't have last year. We got Chris Richard.
Of course. Yes, we do. That's a great point, Tess. How cerebral has he made our secondary? I will disagree with you about our defense being a little bit better because our defensive line last year was screaming, period. Every game, no matter what was going on, our defensive line was wreaking havoc every down. And of course we don't see that. Of course we lost Malcolm Brown. Of course we lost Sheldon Rankins. Of course we lost Trey Hendrickson. That was key players. That was power moves. That they're not on the team. You see the pressures being one of the highest in the league, but the sack numbers not being there. But we made a huge turnaround with Marcus on the field against Seattle.
Absolutely, we had 5.
And then having Big Onion back, like I alluded to earlier, if he can start to manufacture that interior pressure, not coming from the edge, but straight from the A and B gap, 1 and 3 technique, straight in Brady's face, and Shy Tuttle can help out with that. We it's gonna be a long day for Tom Brady.
Yep. Hey,
absolutely long day.
Hey, quick question for y'all. And this is what's going through. And this is what's going through my head. And this will be a question for everybody in the chat they want to answer too. So here it is. If somebody said this, you can have 4 sacks on, Tom Brady. Would you rather your defense to have 4 sacks, or would you rather have your defense able to have pressure on him all day? Me, I would take a pressure on him all day than sacks. And that's the thing that's basically answering your question about, we don't have the sacks that people are seeing, but the pressure that we put in on people with Davenport and Kevin Jordan, they put in pressure. Yeah. They might not be getting the sacks, but I'd rather see somebody pressure. I'd rather see our defense put in pressure on Tom Brady the whole game than saying, "Oh, you're only allowed to have 4 sacks against Tom Brady." Because if you put pressure on him, he ain't gonna do nothing.
But Hoodie, I'd go for both. I'll go for both. And look, the proof will be in the pudding, because tomorrow we'll see how much better or worse our defense was than last year.
A huge referendum.
Yep.
The biggest referendum of it all. And we will know tomorrow.
And Dennis Allen better be able to adjust on the fly.
Yeah. Which he I think he's been trusting his gut a little bit more. I think he's just getting older and more wiser, and just more like, look, this is what we're gonna do, and it's got to work out. And I really trust Dennis Allen. Man, it's so crazy. I got a defensive coordinator, which, he been here 7 years, huh? 7 years Dennis Allen been here. It doesn't, like, time zips by, but I'm so confident in my DC that it's crazy. Like, Steve Spagnuolo was, oh my God, Jesus Christ, what are you? Who are you?
Rob Ryan.
Rob Ryan, like, a Mick Foley, Santa Claus looking ass dude that just blitz people for no reason, and just to say blitz, like, just senseless, inept play, inept game planning from a strategy standpoint, from an X's and O standpoint. We have Dennis Allen, who's literally becoming like a Sean Payton-esque defensive coordinator, adapting, adjusting, using different tools, using different concepts to beat different teams at different times. Not just relying on bread and butter, not just relying on certain things that he knows how to coach well and knows how the team to do well. He literally facilitates he literally facilitates the game plan and puts it to use in different ways. He literally is versatile like that. And I've been seeing it this year. We've been mixing up a lot of looks. We blitz heavy, then we're not. We didn't blitz at all until we had to against Seattle. We really didn't even blitz. Quan didn't even get in the game until we was trying to scream in Geno Smith's face.
Hey, look, and why waste all that energy blitzing if you don't need to?
Yeah. And that's how we beat Tom Brady last year. That's how we beat Tom Brady, remember? Because we only rushed basically 4, and we had more cornerbacks on the field. And then the only thing we did different last year, we might have blitzed a few plays here and there, but most of the time we were playing man-to-man or zone and having people more cornerbacks out there on the field, and only 4 linemen pushing, because our 4 linemen can do that. They can get pressure on him. So they can put 6. They can put 6 people on the line. They can put an extra lineman out there to help protect Tom Brady. But at the end of the day, 4 people can still get through.
Let me ask you guys something. Do y'all think we'll play a lot of 2 high tomorrow?
I think we're gonna mix it up.
Yes. It's gonna be mixed up, but I think a lot of 2 highs, to watch, because to be honest with y'all, you seeing how I was telling y'all I want them to pick on the Debo and stuff like that, because I feel like he could get a pick. But did y'all not see how good of a game he did and how quiet it was against Tyler Lockett? To be honest with y'all, Tyler Lockett, in my opinion, is better than Chris Godwin. In my opinion, he's a better receiver, and he shut him down to 2 catches.
Yeah, I think they pretty even. I can't say whether or not if Tyler is better than Chris Godwin. I seen Chris Godwin do some ungodly things on the football field. Just from catching the ball to having strength to the run after the catch completely dynamic when healthy. Rip the defense, top off. Running crosses, running slants, running tough routes, getting them tough yardage. Throws, them needed catches. Tyler Lockett is a little bit more finesse. Tyler Lockett's a little bit more, deceptive. I'm gonna burn you. I'm not gonna like out, tough you. I'm not gonna out fight you, but I will outrun you, And so I think they two different types of receivers. Chris Godwin is like a monster to me. Like when he's healthy, he really is. I wish we would have got Chris Godwin, last year when they was talking about trading him and all that. Like before he came back.
Well,
Which is all conjecture anyway. So
Godwin's more physical, and Lockett's more cerebral, and it's really hard to gauge how our team will do against someone like Lockett on a regular basis because we don't play that team as much.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
But
and being that, don't be surprised the Paulson Adebo being such a big guy. Don't be surprised if you don't see him not be a boundary cornerback all that much tomorrow with the tight ends that they have and the other things that they have going on, with Gronk and H and flexes, and he's a big dude. Like Paulson Adebo's a big dude, and Bradley Roby is savvy. Bradley Roby is a veteran. You probably will see Bradley Roby playing on Chris Godwin, and that will be rotated out. Not all game, but you don't be surprised if you do see that. If you see that in a way, because I'm saying, it's good. Just like when we play Seattle, which it didn't really even happen the way I thought it was. I literally was fearful of DK Metcalf, and I literally was fearful of Tyler Lockett, and they completely got shut down. And I was just pleasantly surprised. How you get an 84-yard jump and still not get to 100 yards in the game. DK, cut your hair off, dude. Cut that blue stuff out of your head, bro. like what's wrong with you, bro? Like you get smashed on Twitter by Shannon Sharp, one of the best tight ends of all time, and then you come out and get an 84-yard touchdown and still not get 100 yards, and you're the biggest person in CenturyLink Field in the whole stadium. Like, go sit down, bro. I completely lost respect for him. But anyways, that didn't happen. They didn't do a lot of rotating. They didn't do a lot of bracketing. They didn't have to. Don't know if it was from game plan that way, from running the ball, from other things that they was trying to do. But Tyler Lockett, if anybody was not getting the ball, it was Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. And that was completely not what I was thinking at all. Like those type of players, you do anything to get them the ball. Anything. Jailbreaks, open space, you do it. That's your best athletes. And it didn't happen. So I guess we'll see tomorrow how we approach this. Ryan Clark, as much vitriol as he spewed over the last couple years, the craziest things he said, he really did say some truthful shit the other day when he was talking about our defense having that recipe to cause havoc on Tom Brady, and the Saints as a whole, as a team, having that recipe and having that template for how to defeat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And it's exciting to see how if Jameis can insert himself into that role of Drew Brees and still matriculate and methodically move the ball and make the best decisions that he can make. But he pointed out that defense being nasty. And just like I think you was talking about earlier, what other people are saying, what other people don't think, what they think is going to happen and transpire tomorrow, and who doesn't and do have respect, none of that shit matter, because one person, the most important person, has the respect of our defense, and that's Tom Brady. He knows what he up against. He definitely knows he in for a fight tomorrow. That's not him, posturing and HR move and trying to get in our head and, pander us to make us feel better than what we are so they catch us slipping. No, I literally think that was a wholeheartedly respected, and what he was saying was truthful and genuine. And he knows it's a dogfight. Especially him, only playing us 1 year, and we left that impression on you like that. And you the greatest of all time? Okay, I get it. You understand what you up against. You know what's going on around here. It's chess, not checkers, babe. At all time, you might outsmart a lot of people. You might outsmarted the whole league for a long time. But you're not gonna outsmart us. You're not gonna outsmart the NFC South. You're not gonna do none of that. You gonna play good or you not. We're gonna put you on your ass, or you gonna do what you gotta do. And we're gonna see tomorrow. I love the word excited about tomorrow because it is some unknowns. It is some things that we have to check out. It's such a test and a referendum on what we've done to compete with Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and what we are lacking to get on that level to compete with them. And we're gonna know that tomorrow. We definitely gonna know that tomorrow. A lot of questions will be answered tomorrow because this is the parameter, this is the test, this is the litmus test of checking, almost like a midterm of where you're at as a team, as a whole. Who's gonna show up, what we need to do, where we're at. We're gonna know that definitely tomorrow. I can't get with the whole discussion of they haven't played anybody, or we haven't played anybody, or you ain't did this, or you ain't really bruh. The NFL is tough, bruh. The NFL is tough, dude. It don't matter who you playing. It doesn't matter what they record is. It don't matter, bruh. It really don't, bruh. They all in the NFL for a reason, because they smarter, stronger, faster than you, period. The coaches, the players, every week is tough. Every play is tough. Everything you do, you fighting for it. So it doesn't even matter about who we played and who we didn't play, who we dominated, who we didn't. At the end of the day, everybody's tough. Everybody is lucky to have a winning record in this league. Is lucky to have success in this league, and the longest tenure of success that we've had. It's a rare thing for us to be, NFC South champions 4 years in a row, dominating this division like we have. A lot of people think, they seen Joe Brady at Carolina. You see Tom Brady. You see Kyle Pitts. You see Terry Fontenot going to Atlanta. Is this a changing of the guard? Is this a new day in the NFC South? Is things gonna change? And for the most part, Tampa Bay did win the Super Bowl last year. Yeah, they did have the last laugh. We have no ammunition to shoot at that or refute that. It is what it is. But is it a complete changing of the guard? It will never be a complete changing of the guard. The only changing of a guard that's gonna happen is when Sean Payton is not wearing black and gold on Sundays. And that's just how I look at it. That's just how I feel about it. Call me arrogant, call me blindly loyal to my team. I've seen it. I've seen it happen. I've seen some things happen with my team that nobody else seen, and we've done it, and we did it. So I would say I'm gonna take my team and my coaches any day of the week. I'm gonna take the brain and the intellect, the football IQ of my coach and my coaching staff of any day in the week. I'm gonna take the game planning that we're gonna put in. Look, a couple years ago we beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys were undefeated. They were running through the league, acting a fool. Nobody could stop Van Der Esch. Nobody could stop Jalen. Nobody could stop their defensive line. Like they just was like ferocious. And guess what we did the first couple of plays of the first drives of the game with Teddy Bridgewater? Through screens. Through a screen. Oh, you want to be fast? You want to be tough? You want to get home? You want to hit the quarterback? Come on, dog. We letting you get a free release. Hit a screen. Back your ass up. Back your ass up. You think you tough, but you're not smart. And that's just what I've seen from my coach. and every any benefit or any edge we can have to a victory, we've taken it and we've done it. You know, that's just our coaches. That's just who we are. That's just what we know. You know, Tampa Bay, they won a Super Bowl. You know, it's like having a trophy wife. You feel what I'm saying? She's not gonna be that for long. Period. You're gonna be in a psych ward or broke, and she's gonna, you know, be living back, you know, home. That's toxic. You sacrificed everything to get that Super Bowl ring. Glad you got it. Glad you're good. You know, you're straight. But that's not gonna last. That is not gonna last. That is not healthy. And everybody knows that. Period. So I'm gonna take my team. And I'm gonna take us tomorrow. I'm gonna take us 23-17 tomorrow.
Gotcha.
Brian
What about you,
Johnson.
Tess?
I'm not going to do any predictions. Every time I do, we end up losing. So, nope.
Gotcha.
Almost make me want to recant myself. But I just believe in my team. I believe what we got going on. If we lose tomorrow, we lose tomorrow. Period. Now we know what's up. But I think Brian Johnson gonna pay dividends, and we gonna hit some field goals. I think we might get 1 or 2 picks, but it doesn't even matter. It's not gonna be completions, and it's not gonna be first downs. It's gonna be them punting us the ball, and we're gonna go back and forth. But you know, points will be scored. But at the end of the game, late third, fourth quarter, it's gonna be some field goals. It's gonna be some punting going on, and it's gonna be some chewing the clock.
It was really odd to hear too. We had people like, not necessarily like I respect him. I don't respect Colin Cowherd, but he was saying that Sean Payton's going to get up there and he's going to mix it up. And then Rich Eisen actually says that he thinks that we're going to win, which is crazy. I mean, there's a lot of people that are talking really good about the Saints, even though the guys that usually pick are all picking Tampa Bay.
Yeah, no, that's what's so funny about the narrative and the national media, because they are such, excuse my language, Tess, please excuse my language, but they're such dick riders. It makes no sense to be those type of people to do what they do. They'll make the same, they'll be like, you know, Tom Brady, he's gonna play good. You know, he's not gonna let Jameis get revenge. He you know, they blah blah this and that. They, you know, they gonna make enough plays and they gonna win the game. And then you'll have the other person, the counterpart, like, you know, well, hold on now. You know, it ain't gonna be like Tom Brady just gonna be out there, you know, having a field day, and you know that New Orleans defense is tough and it's nasty, and they got this, and it's the point percentage and the points allowed and the red zone and this and that. But you know, I'm still gonna pick the BUCCS. I'm still picking the BUCCS. But it ain't gonna, you know, it's like they trying to make 2 different arguments to get to the same outcome. Bruh, like, what is going on? Like, I don't, like, it's so crazy. It doesn't even make sense. They are so scared to go out on a limb. And for the people that the people that do go out on a limb, right or wrong, I respect that. But I don't respect people that go with the populist point of view and take it and don't look at the game, don't look at the ins and outs, don't really even care about none of that. They just go with the popular view so nobody can look at them crazy. You know, for Forio or whatever, and Sims did that. Skip Bayless did that. Shannon Sharp did that. Like literally everybody has done that. Pat McAfee and AJ Hawk did it. Like they all are doing that whole different, you know, they taking the BUCCS. Everybody is taking the BUCCS.
Hey, I've got a question.
Yep.
Everybody.
And what happened last year when everybody saying the BUCCS was going to win?
Right.
38-3. That's what happened. Color Rush. Championship belt on our shoulder.
We got Color Rush.
Bringing them back. Hear what Marcus Spears had to say? I missed him this week.
He said we was going to lose, I think.
Yeah. You know what's been weird? You know what's been weird? And it makes me have to like really barricade myself from listening to any of that. Is like it wasn't even about a lot of times I've heard people talk on TV about the game. It wasn't even about the late heroics of our defense. It wasn't about Marshawn playing good, Paulson playing good, Brian Johnson going out there hitting some key field goals to put us up. Just a tough battle. You know what a lot of people was talking about, like Colin Cowherd was talking about how I don't think Jameis Winston is the answer. I don't think
Oh, it's
I don't
always
think he's gonna
Jameis.
be. I don't think it's gonna work out. Some of the things he's doing in the short plays and the intermediate. He just doesn't look like it's gonna be. They're gonna be. In the market for a veteran quarterback. This offseason. Like I've heard like 5 or 6 different telecasts talk about that. Not
But
about the
CC,
game. Yo,
that's lazy narrative. That's doing no research.
completely lazy. You know what? You know what they seen? They seen Jameis hollering on the sideline, so that equaled frustration, and that equaled almost dissension, or like unruly environment. So something got to be up with Jameis, and this whole little fairy tale project not gonna work out because they fussing on the sideline and not knowing what nobody said. Because I haven't heard it at all this week, or what Jameis told Traquan, what Traquan told Jameis. I haven't heard it at all. I usually hear things like that, but I haven't heard nothing of what they said.
Breaking news. Quarterback yells at wide receiver on the sideline. Big deal.
Big deal. Tom Brady do it all the time. Period.
We've seen it.
So,
will y'all do me a favor real quick? I want to see if I hit the I want to see if I can play this video on YouTube. I want to know if y'all can put it in the chat and let me know if y'all can hear it. I know Crusher and Miss Tess won't be able to hear it through here, but let me know if y'all can hear this real quick. I want to put this up because we were talking about people, and somebody put in the chat and just reminded me that I want to hear this. Mr. Rich, y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Rich Eisen.
Rich Eisen.
Dude, yeah, that dude speaks some facts the other day when I seen it about the Saints. Oh my Lord, I gotta play it for everybody that hasn't seen it. That man is let's see, where was it? Remarkable. Here we go. All right, I'm about to share this real quick, y'all. I want y'all to see this and hear it. Just let me know if y'all can hear it. If y'all can't, y'all can't. I'll find a way to put this damn thing for y'all can hear it.
I never hear it actually when you play it.
Yeah.
It mutes.
Yeah, I don't know why it does, but let's see. Let's see if y'all can hear it. All right, let me know, chat. Alright, hold on 1 second, y'all. So for some reason it says y'all can't hear it. Let's see. I'm gonna hit stop sharing for a second. Let's see. And y'all can talk if y'all want to right now till I get this damn volume fixed to where they can hear it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm thinking it's about to happen any second, so I'm just.
Oh, you good?
Yeah, he was saying, how sneaky we are, how scared we are, shit that we done been through 4-2. I love Rich Eisen because of how he rock with us. I love it. Straight up. Like matter of fact, Fitz Vegas, being a New York Giant fan, pretty much. I think he lives in Colorado though, or something like that. But like, he's one of the first YouTubers I ever heard talk rep my Saints like he from New Orleans, like he's from Louisiana. He's been putting on for the Saints for years. I was almost happy for him that the Giants won because it validates how smart he is, like how in tune he is, what he knowing, what he talking about when he says things. Because I know I've been listening to that for years now. You know, even before I even seen Who That Confessional, I heard Fist Vegas repping for my Saints. It just, you know, they have certain personalities in you know, in the media realm that just rock with us. And I love that. I absolutely love that. You know, they don't rock with us to where they blindly defending something that, you know, that ain't true, or, you know, just taking up for them because they fanboys. Nothing like that. It, you know, rocking with somebody, supporting somebody is not always saying the nice, bubbly things about them. You know what I'm saying? That's
Oh,
not how.
absolutely. And
Yeah,
look,
yeah,
if you listen to the right guys, especially most of our local media, they know what's going on.
yeah. Exactly, exactly. It ain't about, you know, pandering. It ain't about, you know, embellishing a team. It's not about glorifying them. You know, sometimes those hardest relationships are the most meaningful ones. Sometimes the people you love the most say the most hurtful things to you that you probably needed to hear. That when I say support, that don't mean always patting them on the back and telling them you'll get them next time type of relationship. Because I don't think Louisiana not like that. The Saints fan base not like that. We love each other. And when you love somebody, you tell them things that they need to hear, not what they want to hear. That's what real
Absolutely.
relationships are, you know.
You bet.
And when I say Fist Vegas, you know, talking about us, not just like, you know, just being a fan, like literally like, man, y'all need to get that shit together. You know, like, you know, Eli Apple, get your shit together. You know, just everything that he was saying is like, I know he really supports the Saints for some reason. Like, I don't know. It's plenty of on the low Saints fans everywhere that just can't. It'll be like Hulk Hogan leg dropping Macho Man if they was to ever come out saying, you know, they're a Saints fan. It'll
But
be like
CT,
Benedict Arnold. You know what I'm
but,
saying? But they love the Saints.
but
They love them.
CT, look, if you love something, you educate yourself,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Right? And also too, if you love something, you're kind, you're supportive, but you call them out in a heartbeat because it's better for
Oh,
them.
thank you, thank you. Not enabling them,
No,
not giving them what they want. You know,
no.
is that not euphemizing things? No, no. Telling them how Ti is, getting them through their times, letting them know that they need to tighten up because that's what's going on right now. And it might not be tomorrow, next week, maybe not even be next year that they take heed. But one day they appreciate what you told them because it could have been the turning point of it all. The amalgamation of their whole situation, you feel me, could have been what you told them that they
I,
didn't want to hear and was pissed off and had a resentment for you when you said it, but knew you know down the road that it was completely OP. It was completely what they needed.
yeah,
You know what
you
I'm
have
saying?
to ask those hard questions.
Totally, totally. You
So
know,
I have something else to add real quickly. This is a little off topic from where we are right now. So, you know, a Zigbo got waived
yeah,
and
yeah.
he was number 28. Do you think Mark sticks with 14 or you think he takes 28 like in college?
Honestly, since the Zigbo got waived, I think he's probably gonna go to 28. When he was talking about 14 with the media the other day, he was just like, you know, it seemed like the best of the worst, you know,
Right.
outcomes. So I just went with 14. You know, like it definitely wasn't like, yeah, I'm 14, rocking 14, but you know, It wasn't nothing like that. And he probably got Divine Azigbo released just because he could get 28. Now I'm playing. Life would never. It will never be that much calculated thought into a jersey number to do all of that. Not
I
from
don't
Mark
know.
Ingram.
I'm
That'd
not
be
a
the big. Let me shut up. That'd be the biggest conspiracy. I'll
I
get
was
off of
gonna
YouTube.
say
They'll
I'm
have
not
a
a
picture of
conspiracy theorist,
yeah,
but you
yeah.
know, it is
Somebody will have a
quite
thumbnail of Mark Ingram looking crazy, talking about sabotaging the Saints or something crazy. Let me be quiet.
it'd be quite coincidental.
You're right. Right.
Hey, Tess and Crusher. I think I found out the problem, so I'm gonna try it
Okay,
one more
try it.
time.
Do it.
And everybody, let me know in the chat. I think I know what happened. I think I just forgot to hit share the audio on here. So let's see, y'all.
Mhm.
Let me know.
As for the New Orleans Saints,
Okay. Okay.
what a remarkable 4-2 this is. Let's not forget, we talked about it with Demario Davis yesterday. This team was blown out to start the season by a hurricane. They were blown out of their facility. They're blown out of their home state. They're blown out, period. And Sean Payton, man, who is your preseason coach of the year choice, whatever they do there to keep everybody focused and on the same page, I'm telling you what, man, the fact that this team has won 4 of its first 6 when they were practicing in Texas leading up to their home opener in Jacksonville. And yeah, there were 2 losses, including the one only game they played in the Superdome this year. And they played Carolina in the last game that Carolina had McCaffrey healthy for the entire game. And they unfortunately found Carolina at their high point of their season right now. But they're 4-2. And Jameis Winston has played 4 consecutive games with 0 turnovers. Ooh. If you added up all of his 0 turnover games in his final 2 seasons with the Buccaneers in 2018 and 2019, it would equal the number of consecutive turnoverless games he's had as a Saint right now, 4. He had 4 such games in 2 seasons combined in Tampa, his final 2 there. And he has cleaned it up here with the Saints. And they've done all this without Michael Thomas, without their best wide receiver. Because Jameis is not making the mistakes. It doesn't look pretty. But guess what? I don't see any photographs in the standings at 4-2. And now they go home and have an opportunity to beat the BUCCS and get just 1 game out of the division lead. And then they face the Falcons, who have now won 3 straight. They're right behind the Saints. They have a chance to make some hay over the next 2 weeks. And laugh all you want. Jameis going to beat the BUCCS. Really? Is he going to really do that? Like, offensively, they only scored 1 touchdown yesterday. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to make sure Alvin Kamara doesn't go off. Okay, sounds good. I keep telling everybody, hopefully everyone will hear me, the Saints have an offensive guru as the head coach. We talk about their vaunted offense all the time because of Sean Payton and his long-standing relationship with Drew Brees. This is a defensive team in offensive guru clothing. It's about that Saints D. And that Saints D was about it last night. Sure. Against a backup quarterback? Yep. Week 7 ended with a backup quarterback being pounded. And they were lucky to get that 10th point because of an Adam Troutman late game, second half turnover deep in his own end. Doesn't matter if you're a backup quarterback and your team defensively pounds them. That's what you're supposed to do. Ask the Denver Broncos how it worked out for them to kick off week 7 against a backup quarterback. Yep. Sure. You know, you could say, well, Ernest Johnson did something. Alex Collins was running the ball last night, too. The Saints defense is no joke, man. And don't forget what they did against Tom Brady the last time they saw him in a regular season in his own house. Different team, different times. Totally get it. They're going to be buying all of that this week, and Sean Payton's going to get him whipped up. Saints are one of the most impressive teams of the league so far this year, I think. They're 4-2, and we completely overlook them because the Bucs are who they are, and that's the division that they're in. And we're, completely enamored, and rightfully so, with the Packers, who have now won 6 straight after losing week 1, the lone remaining undefeated team in the NFL. In first place above another 6-1 team. Cowboys coming off their bye week. We're all looking at those shiny objects while the Saints just keep on keeping on. Now they're back home in the New Orleans Superdome, back-to-back against division opponents. They can make some hay. I'm excited for you Saints fans out there. Hey, you watched all the way to the...
Facts.
Facts, facts, facts.
Facts on facts. Facts
Yes.
on facts.
And like you mentioned earlier, that word excited. I've been excited since the preseason. I've been excited since the draft because I came into this season with no expectations. None whatsoever.
Yep. I must admit the only expectation I had is that I knew Jameis Winston was gonna be our starting quarterback. Other than that, I promise you, I had nothing. Honest to God. But to critically and comprehensively look at the game and see what I see and see where we are, and based off of last week, see where we can go, and having those determining factors that's adding up and adding up and adding up. And it's so exciting. Another reason is this whole new situation that we kind of got going on. It's like facts and knowledge and watermark moments are happening every week because we're learning new things about a new defense, a new identity. It's like, oh, we could do this. Oh, we do this. Oh, we do. It's not just like, oh, we, scoring 30, 40 points and, the defense giving up 30 points and, we burnouts and shoot. No, it's something different going on every week that we pulling out wins. We pulling out money drives. We doing what we need to do late in the game. Look crazy leading up to it, but when it mattered the most, we were where we needed to be for the most part. And Jamie Winnie, 13 touchies, 3 pickies, and they still talking about it. They still talking about Jameis. Leave my quarterback alone.
I'd like you two gentlemen and plus people in the chat. How good is Tampa Bay? Missing their 2 top cornerbacks. AB's going to be out. Gronk's going to Gronk, but Gronk's got some rib problems going on.
Yeah.
One good hit. He's out.
And Sherman, even if he plays, I don't even know how many snaps, he doesn't seem to be doing too well in man cover.
Nope. So, he's been getting burnt. He's been getting burnt, they said.
Yeah, 175 years old.
But I mean,
he might as well be like Laura Zordon in this big ass glass cylinder that the cornerbacks go talk to at the end of the game, like, Burton, this is what you should have did. This is where you should have been. Oh, thank you, Lord Sherman. It's a fucking relic. They just want him because of the name. I'm sorry. Richard is not the same player. That's why they wanted him at safety. They want to move him around. That he's just it's like Josh Norman. Josh Norman is going down the same road. Very smart, very calculating, but the athleticism is slipping by him. And Richard Sherman, you see a lot about. Which brother to brother, I hope he all right. Mentally, mental illness at any level is heartbreaking on me. But you kind of see where people are when you see them where they are. You know, like, don't matter where you are, there you are. And for all of every, you know, the success, prestige, and the money and the resources, you know, you still have a sickness inside of you that you have to deal with. And, you know, he hasn't even had to deal with the ramifications of what he did. God knows if he will get suspended. You know, he should get suspended. Anybody else would have gotten suspended. You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
there was like, they got that red flag meme going on right now. Like that was just red flag. You know, they still had people like, man, you know, Sherman, you know, man, you know, who's posting the Debo, and you know what I'm saying? Ken Crawley, you know, like, man, we get Richard Sherman. You know what I'm saying? And look, it just was red flags, bro. Just was red flags. We know you know.
You think they're gonna try to shut down our running game and force Jameis to throw?
Definitely. 100%. I feel like,
Yeah.
And that's what all the BUCCS fans said. All the BUCCS fans said they feel so confident that they're gonna blow us out because of two reasons. They said, number one, we just got to stop Kamara, and our linebackers can do that, and they show you every year that they can stop Kamara. Number two, we're gonna stop your run game with the front seven we got because we that damn good. And then they said, number three, y'all got damn Jameis Winston, y'all our old quarterback, and you seen what type of quarterback he was. So guess what? All we gotta do is make y'all beat us with Jameis, and we got the W. And I'm thinking in my head, this ain't the same Jameis that y'all think. I said, let us beat you with the game. And I said, I'm gonna laugh if we come out in the first half, we win in like 21-0 big, and they realize all them 3 touchdowns were over the top, and Jameis and them and Kamara had maybe 5 or 6 touches. I would laugh that they unleashed it. I'm gonna laugh if we unleash the Winston. I will laugh. And just to add on to tell y'all something, I love it when the media talks so much shit about us. I like when everybody thinks that the Saints ain't nothing. And the reason why I say that is because it kind of reminds me of the Waterboy movie when Bobby BUCCS was getting so pissed he added up all in his head, you know, what he was thinking and hearing and seeing, and he just exploded on every play, you know, on people that was calling them names and shit. That's how I feel like with Sean Payton and the Saints, what they do. I think that's what they do to coach up their players. They show them these media stuff. They show everybody talking shit, saying the Saints ain't nothing. And they show, look, y'all are the underdog. They don't even think we can beat them. And I feel like they put that into the player's head, and I think that's what makes us play even harder. And especially you playing against Tom Brady. That's going to make us even play even harder. It's just because you're Tom Brady. Like every other team would.
Yeah. And on top of that, Sean Payton, the way he coaches his team and counsels this team, he does it in such a smart way, a sophisticated way that is not just like rah-rah and, you know, punch him in the mouth and, you know, all these outlandish things. It's putting yo-yos in people's locker. You know, it's putting Kool-Aid in people's locker room. It's putting, you know, it's talking about, you know, like what, you know, it all has a meaning though. It all has a meaning. Everything he does has a meaning, and he really doesn't even have to blow up. He really doesn't have to be all vociferous and, you know, mad and cursing, because, you know, look, somebody told me one time, you can run down the hill and screw a bull, or you can walk down the hill and screw them all. In other words, it's not about how many words you say. It's about the quality of words you say. It's not about how many actions you take. It's about the quality of the actions you take. It's not about all that other shit. You know, that all that other shit is lanyard. All of this shit is cannon fodder. It's about the meat of what you do, you know, the quality of what you do, not the quantity. And Sean Payton has become that type of coach. You know, he doesn't have to slap people in the face and ram his head against the wall like fucking Goldberg and, you know, put underdog masks on people's heads and, you know, things like that. No, he doesn't have to do any of that. It's like the team has taken on that type of cerebral attitude, that brooding attitude, seething, brooding underneath, very respectful, know what to say, uh, know how to joke, but something underneath, is boiling, and you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it when it matters the most. Not all week, not leading up, but when it matters the most. And that's why I'll take my coach over any coach in the league. Period.
I hear
I
you.
don't care.
And look, let me switch gears just for a second here, and I'm going to throw a little bit of a wrinkle in here. It's our favorite subject. It's refs.
Yeah.
And the officiating crew we have coming in is, I don't know if you guys remember this man, if that's what you want to call him, Cleet Blakeman. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah. I
He's
I didn't hear anything about officiating crew.
Oh, I always look him up before the game.
That's crazy.
Always.
It's like a little extra little, hunch you have, or piece of evidence that you got to follow now because, yeah, man, they traumatized us. Fuck them.
We
Made us
know
smarter though.
We know how the refs glorify Tom Brady, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this guy is the same guy that when, I don't remember what game it was, but Sean ran on the field because he had called a timeout and they didn't acknowledge the timeout and they were fixing to snap for the next play.
Mm-hmm.
And then so Sean ran out on the field and started screaming at the ref.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that? And
yes.
Cleet Blakeman threw a flag on him and penalized them. And I think they actually monetarily penalized the team.
Yeah.
That's Cleet Blakeman.
Yeah, that's him.
So something to keep in the back of your minds.
Yeah. It seemed like they always send a goddamn Suicide Squad to the Superdome when it matters the most. It is so weird.
And look,
we're
lucky that it's not Jerome Boger, because that,
yeah,
excuse my French, CT, that motherfucker. Look,
no,
he's from Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken, and he might have been the guy that did the no call on Tommy Lee, I think. So I'm glad it's not him, but Cleet Blakeman's not much better.
Yeah, no, it's like his little predecessor. It's like his little offspring. So yeah, it's like they all have that same little, approach to what they want to do to officiate a game. And it's so stupid. And to add to that, and not be so parochial about the refs and us, y'all have to hear me out. I really do feel like the referees at abroad are stupid as AF, period. Across the whole league, they've been pissing people off. They are second shelf, they are second string, they are half-witted, they are lazy, they're not making the best calls they can make. They missing the small things like delay a game or people getting timeouts, like people not being reported as eligible people on the field, like calling penalties before they consulting, like putting like bad marks, bad first down marks, bad yardage mark, bad ball spot, bad ball placement, bad, stupid, inept, dumb, half-witted referees across the league. I don't know if it was done like that on purpose. It's almost like they have embraced their doofus role and, are marketing themselves as the, foil. It's crazy because it's not just us. It's not just something about the Saints. It literally isn't even about it literally is like idiocracy. It literally isn't even about a team or anything like they are literally too stupid to even think about that. Like they are just stupid.
Oh no, but you have to realize they do this stuff on purpose because the NFL is not listed as a sports
Right. They are
team.
contracted.
They are wait. The NFL, if you go back to what Goodell said at a podium a couple of years ago, they're entertainment.
Right.
So
Just
their
like
job
mine.
is to make it entertaining for everyone.
Right.
So I can't say that the refs cheat outright, but they do mitigate the games.
Yeah.
How
No,
many games have we had go into overtime this season? Jesus
Right.
Christ.
right.
That's crazy. And look, that will never change as long as Goodell is there. And it
Right.
will never change until the referees are an independent body outside of the NFL.
Yes.
If they were paid outside of the NFL,
Yep.
okay, and the team's owners all had to contribute into that pot to pay them, plus they were employed as full-time employees instead of part-time employees,
Right.
and they were held accountable with fines on them when they had bad calls after games, then we'd have a fair
we'll see it.
NFL.
Then
Yeah.
we'll see it.
And then
You know,
another thing, and just to let y'all
then
know
we'll
too,
see it. Nail
I
on
got
the head.
I got one more video to show y'all too, but just a quick question before I show the video. What is y'all thoughts so far? You know how they said they fined Lattimore for the fight with Metcalf and stuff like that, and then they actually went back and watched it. So they fined Metcalf too, but for less
Right.
money, even though Metcalf started all the shit every time.
Right.
And the other stuff too, and I seen it on Twitter. Somebody said, "What the hell is all these fines for these fights and stuff?" And you know, you fine people for like late hits. How the hell do you not suspend or fine the dude from the Washington game that freaking gave Taysom Hill concussion? Look at him; he's missing 3 weeks now. We're going on 3 weeks of missing
Right.
football because of this, and you ain't fined them yet. You ain't did
Right.
nothing, but you already fined these players for playing on the field, like fighting on the field,
Right.
and
It's
that's the
like-
stuff that like disappointing.
Look, it's like people making perverted maybe or sexual jokes on Facebook getting banned and put in jail while you got fear mongers and I'm not trying to politicize nothing, but you got people spreading fake news, crazy shit, witch doctor shit, and getting that shared and having virality amongst bullshit while people can't even say titty on Facebook anymore.
Oh, see, don't even get me started because it'll be a whole different conversation.
It is embarrassing. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. We are victims of consumerism because we consume.
Extreme
So-
capitalism,
Yeah.
and our educational system has failed the United States. But I'm going to get off on that topic right now.
Yeah, no, that's another hoodie Jube.
I do have that other video for y'all, and this is Mr. Lewis. I don't know if y'all seen that video this week too. Mr. Lewis Reddick. He said some good stuff too. He even had good stuff when we was coming up to the Seattle game, and at the Seattle game, he still said the defense is freaking amazing. And I want y'all to just listen to him and some of the other people talk a little bit and tell me what y'all think on it.
Okay, now we finally get to see Sam Macho. There he is. That's not Jeremy Fowler anymore. What's going on, Sacho? Brady, Sam, has a strong with a K, and like a strong MVP case so far. But the Saints defense is coming off a domination of the Seahawks offense, albeit run by Geno Smith, not Russell Wilson. That New Orleans defense does it have anything for Brady this week, do you think, with all those weapons?
Oh, it has everything for Brady. You got to understand, in New Orleans, they're not thinking and seeing Tom Brady as the Tom Brady that we all see. Yes, they respect him, but they're saying, man, we are the division champs. Y'all haven't beat us since in a regular season since September of 2018. And so you talk to some of the guys in that locker room. Cam Jordan, I was talking to him a couple months ago. He was like, yeah, bro, last I checked, we won the division. And so not only is it Cam Jordan, it's all the guys on that defense. Marshawn Lattimore, you heard about Davenport, you heard about all these different weapons, DeMario Davis, who are playing at an extremely high level. And so best believe Tampa is not going to be able to run the ball on this New Orleans Saints defense. Hopefully, they'll be able to try and get some passing yards. This game right here, 5 sacks on Geno Smith. And yes, I get it. It's not Russell Wilson. But they still dominated when it mattered. It don't matter who's out there. They will dominate. DeMario Davis, that man right there, said, best believe they will not run the ball on us. He said that before the game started. You know what happened? They did not run the ball on them. 5 out of their 6 games, they've held teams to 90 rushing yards or less. There's only 4 other teams have done that. This New Orleans Saints defense is for real.
Okay, Lewis, I want to run another dumb sports talk show host opinion by you and see what you think of this framing, okay? I said before the Saints win at Seattle that Jameis Winston needed to go on the road and win a winnable game. Show that you're not Geno Smith. You can keep a starting job, right? That's a winnable game. Go win it. He did it, and he did it by not turning the ball over and relying on that defense that Sacho was just talking about. You were, of course, on that Monday Night Football broadcast. So the question is this: did you see anything that leads you to believe that Jameis can do more than not lose a game? Because I think that's what he's going to have to do this week. Can he actually make plays to win it? You got to figure he's going to need to do that to beat Brady and the BUCCS, right? Can he do that?
Yeah, he's capable of doing that. But I think right now, he's trying to follow Sean Payton's instructions and Sean Payton's wishes to a T. Meaning this: we know we have a strong football team in all 3 phases of the game, so we don't need you necessarily to go win it all the time, or we don't need you to go win it until maybe I tell you, hey, look, it's time to make a play here, because right now we need you. They really do believe in the complementary football aspect of things. They were running the football coming into that game at a higher rate than any team in the NFL, which is totally contrary to how this team has been run offensively during Sean Payton's tenure there with Drew Brees. So Sean understands, look, he's trying to protect Jameis while at the same time trying to aid in his development, and he's trying to protect this football team and do what's necessary for them to win games. But if you also notice in that football game, and if you watch the Saints this year, Sean Payton is very, very aggressive as far as taking shots down the field with Jameis, because Jameis is one of the best deep ball throwers in the league right now and has been since he has been in there. He's going to need some of that. He's going to need some of that in this game, because Tampa Bay at some point in time, for as good as New Orleans is on defense, and I love him, and look, Demario Davis was an absolute animal in that game. But for as good as they are, Tom's going to get 1 or 2, and Jameis is going to need to get 1 or 2 also as far as a big strike down the field, and he's done it all year long. So, yeah, I believe he can make plays to help them win games. It's just that Sean doesn't really ask him to do that right now because they're playing a different style than what you're accustomed to seeing.
This is what I'm saying. Sam, I have to pat myself on the back. Sam, sometimes if you don't blow your own horn, there's no music. We're coming up. Baker Mayfield says keep a starting job.
So, everybody, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, Louis Riddick, being the grounded and logical person that he is, he basically telling Max Kellerman, yeah, I think he can, but what you're not understanding, Maxi Pad, is that they don't have to. Is that he's literally doing what he has to do to win the football game, and that's the only thing that he can do. And he's shown the ability to have the deep strike and the big blow. And if I do agree with him with the high powered, offense and Tom Brady being Tom Brady. You're gonna have to take a punch and deliver one back. Definitely, I do see that. But the narrative that they are missing, which they're not really following, is that what sucks is that Jameis can throw the perfect ball and the receiver will drop it. I mean, That's just the level of confidence or the lack of confidence that I have in the receiving core, because that's my knee-jerk reaction to the deep strike and the big plays. It's not Jameis at all. Is who's on the other end trying to catch that ball. I mean, but of course they're not, talking about that, because the key point was Jameis Winston, like it is. He is the topic. And it basically, like, for both of those personalities to lobby and advocate for the Saints, that should tell you a lot. That should absolutely tell you a lot, because it's like both of them are being the person that's grounded in logic, that's grounded in reality, and not paying attention to the headline and tabloids of it all.
Yep. And that's right. And Yeah, go Miss Tess.
So real quickly, we're talking about pass catchers, whether they're tight ends, wide receivers, whatever. What do you think? Do you think Deontay Harris will play tomorrow?
Yes.
He's questionable, but to
I
be
know.
honest with you, I mean, it just depends on Sean Payton's decision. I mean, to me, I say yes because he's gonna want to use him. But sometimes when Sean Payton's got a feeling that hey, I can beat you without Deontay Harris, then he might let him rest. I mean, it just depends on how Sean Payton's feeling before the game.
I
Be
wonder
honest.
if they're going to do something like this. Maybe switch up Kevin White and Deontay Harris. Put Deontay Harris in for limited snaps on those long hauls, like those posts and
Oh
such.
yeah.
And then put Kevin White on special teams as a gunner just to see.
I can see
Oh,
that.
shit. I can't see. Look. I'm sorry. Kevin White on a special team. He's special, all right, but not special team.
Are you
This-
saying he's short but special?
I don't know if he's short. He's a pretty tall guy, but I think he like had the class like in the trailer or the outside of the school, like I did. I'm not, I'm not talking shit.
CT. I didn't say short. I said short bus.
True,
Oh.
true. All I'm saying is, I think he used to write his essays with crayons. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And also too, like Kevin White, man, this guy's been on 4 to 5 teams since 2018, right?
Right.
And Lord, please don't throw a slant to that man.
No.
Just like give him a jet sweep, give him a fake jet sweep, give him a reverse, something that he can deal with, right?
Yeah. Look, I wouldn't even be confident if he was lined up as a direct snap. Just give him the fucking ball.
Yeah.
You ain't even got to throw it to him.
Definitely.
Just,
And then
just hand him the ball.
and also y'all, I had
And I hate to look, but hey, I want to say everybody, man, who that to everybody in the chat, bro. I know we've been talking a long time. Love y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Don't forget to crush that like button, share it out, subscribe, invite some people here. Let's keep the party rolling after midnight. We love y'all. Just wanted to I say that because I just noticed everybody that's commenting in, and I'm not really trying to talk down. I'm not trying to make this Kevin White roasting thing, but I think his play has roasted him himself. And it's just time for him to be gone. If we were in a better place, in a better state as a wide receiver room, Kevin White would not even be thought about. We are literally like scavenging and rummaging around the league trying to find any competent players. And it's a shame, but that's just where we at right now. So.
Well, hey, this is a cliche, and it's a cliche for a reason. When people tell you or show you who they are, believe them.
Believe them, straight up. Straight up.
And also, y'all, I got one last video to show y'all, and I think everybody probably seen it already.
Do that to you, man. Appreciate you, man.
This is the Mario Davis one. Did y'all see that one when he was on the First Take show? The Mario Davis, and they were asking him questions, and he told everybody about the Seahawks game, about how every game is played in between the white lines and all that. So I'm about to play that real quick for them because I want them to see this and hear the Mario Davis, and this gives me more hype and more thing that this defense is about to be more elite, especially against Tom Brady, yo. Especially against him. I just want y'all to see this and hear him.
So we got to talk some New Orleans Saints. Linebacker Demario Davis played a crucial role in New Orleans' win over Seattle Monday night. How crucial? How about 10 tackles, 2 sacks, 3 QB hits, 4 tackles for loss, and a pass defended. Did I lie? Nope, I never do. Sometimes I do. That wasn't even the most impressive part of his night. He then flew back home where his wife just welcomed their 5th kid. Count them 5. Demario joining us now to talk about that game and his 4-2 Saints team. Demario, thank you for joining us. I'm barely alive with 2 kids. How many of your 5 kids woke you up this morning? Be honest right now. Come on.
Oh, no, none of them woke me up this morning, fortunately. But It was a late night. You know, they just piled on me from the time I walked through the door yesterday and stayed on me all day and night, even after dinner. So I have a fun time with them. We enjoy it. We're a big family, great kids. We blessed.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so you guys are coming off that big win Monday night in Seattle. Your defense clearly a huge reason why. How much confidence that defense have now after that performance?
Yeah, it was a great performance, and it's not, just that one. We have I think pretty high levels of confidence and swagger all the time. That's part of our identity. We certainly walk into each and every matchup, with a ton of energy. That's where you get the Juice Boys name, and just ready to go out and make a statement every week. And I think it's a tribute to our process. We got phenomenal coaches, players who believe if we just do what we're coached to do, we're going to be successful. It's proven. It's been proven over, for the last 4 or 5 years. And we just want to keep getting better. We chase perfection and try to catch excellence along the way. And that's our standard in every arena.
Was that we chase perfection and try to kiss excellence along the way? Was that the line there? That's a great line. I don't know if you guys came up with that. I've never heard that before. That's really good. And I don't know if your game against the Seahawks was try to catch it. Try to catch excellence. Okay, that probably makes a little more sense. I like kiss as well, though. Maybe you can adjust it however you'd like. Yeah, whatever works. What you said makes more sense. But this was the best game for you. I think the best statistical game of your career. I mean, 2 sacks and 4 tackles for a loss in one game, especially a guy playing your position, which isn't going to be a historically, super high sack position, given your responsibility in defense. It was great, but it was a great team defensive game, as you mentioned. And the Saints, this year, I feel like people recognize how good the defense is. But last year, your defense was pretty damn dominant as well. But I wonder if because Drew's the quarterback, people always associate Saints wins or with the offense, even if the defense was doing it. Do you guys feel like you get the recognition or respect league-wide that defense deserves?
It is about respect for us, but it's not about necessarily the respect nationally. It's the respect that we get from our opponents when we step between those lines. Right? They have to watch the film every week, and that's what we do every time we play a game. We're trying to put a type of ferociousness and violence on tape and a type of speed and energy on tape that when the next opponent watches it, they gotta kind of second guess their assignments because they know what they're up against. That's the type of respect that we want. The fact that, people are picking up on, our defense and how we play. We've had to go against, the past 2 years where we didn't have a Hall of Fame quarterback in Drew, and I think we were 9-1 in that time. And so we always knew what we could do coming into the season, and it was just about continuing to put that on display. But this group of guys, it's a special group. This unit never gets content. These guys will be back in next week trying to figure out how we can play even better. And that's why I love coming to work with these guys every day.
DeMario, when Jameis Winston joined you guys a couple of years ago, I mean, he was coming off, the year where he had 30 interceptions, led the league. What growth, he was viewed as, reckless and poor decision maker. What growth have you seen from him in the last few years learning under Sean Payton and Drew Brees?
It's been amazing to watch his journey, to watch his progress as a player and as a man. For him to go through what he went through, you think about being a number 1 overall pick, a star quarterback in this league, and then having to go to a situation where you're not going to be playing. You're sitting behind a Hall of Fame quarterback, but at the same time, you're in a good situation. You can learn so much playing with one of the greatest offensive minds in NFL history. And then, step in and take the reins, having gone through that fire and been tested by it and come out the other side better. And he's a great friend of mine. We have a lot of conversations off the field. And, one of the conversations we had was, James, you've proven that you can make all the throws. You can play at a high level. You've had 5,000.
What, you want to come on my podcast?
Game I haven't even had. the main thing from you is going to be efficiency, and that's where you've seen the biggest growth. You know, he's playing one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the league, and man, to walk in that manner, it's been, you know, an amazing thing to see. It's been an incredible amount of growth, and I'm proud of him. I'm proud of his leadership and the way he's taking the reins of that offense, and it's been great, you know, playing with him. He's a great teammate.
All right, Demario, you play Tom Brady on Halloween, and I think this is going to be a statement game for both sides of the ball. For Tom Brady's looking to run up the score. He had 5 touchdowns the other week. He wanted to score 50 points against the Bears. He was like mad that they were still in the game, wants to get his stats up. Meanwhile, and I know you talk about the internal respect matters, but the external respect has to ring a little bit, because even I'm like, man, the Saints defense is disrespected. You shut down Aaron Rodgers, and then the story afterwards, like, what's wrong with Aaron Rodgers? Should he have worn flip-flops? Was he in Hawaii too long? Then you go to Foxborough, you shut down the great Mac Jones. Everyone's like, it's Mac Jones. And now you recently shut down Geno Smith. People are like, it's Geno Smith. It's not Russell Wilson, even though Geno is moving the ball back and forth against the Rams. So how much of a statement game, and how much you guys want to go out, and how much of it is a prove-it game against Tom Brady and the Bucs?
You know, it's an important game because it's the next game on our schedule. You know, that's our mentality every week. You know,
come on.
We don't see we're not necessarily respect of whose jersey it is or what numbers on the other side. You can't be in this game. The game is played inside the white lines, and who somebody's gonna be, how they gonna play, you won't know until you get inside those white lines, and that's our mentality when we step out there. It's just an important game because, you know, it's the next game on our schedule, and that's how we're gonna approach it. And you know, our next opponent being the Buccaneers, they're gonna get everything we got.
Demario, when do you think we're gonna see Michael Thomas on the field with you guys?
That's outside my wheelhouse, big dog. I don't know, but I know once he steps back on the field, he's gonna step out there with a chip on his shoulder and a lot to prove. And I'm excited to see it. Our team is better when he's on the field.
Demario, Wiles mentioned you got Tampa Bay next. I don't know if you saw it, what Tom Brady said on the Peyton Manning, Eli Manning broadcast on Monday night, when he said, you know, that defensive players aren't the sharpest knives in the drawer. Maybe he was joking. I think he was kind of joking, but he said they're like dogs chasing cars. Did you see that comment? And does that bother you guys on the defensive side of the ball at all?
I do think it was a little bit humorous in nature, and to a degree, you know, I think there is a little bit of see ball, get ball in defensive guys, or at least there better be. But you know, I'd be interested to see, like, you know, how he got to look at how he looks at his defensive guys, right? You know, you got Levante David, Devin White over there, you know, some great linebackers, and you know, a lot of guys in that secondary, and looking at Todd Bowles, right? You know, to pretty much insinuate that there's no intellect on the defensive side of the ball, and being a leader in your locker room. In the second year there, them guys trying to gravitate to you. I'd be interested to see how they look at him, you know, and that type of statement being made. I mean, because it came from somewhere. So I'm just glad I don't have to worry about it. It's not in our locker room, but yeah, I'd be interested to see how those guys take it.
Demario, thank you so much for taking the time. It was a good answer. It was an honest answer. Taking the time for joining us this morning. Good luck in your household. I'm sure when you turn off this Zoom or Skype or whatever it is, it's going to get loud and rambunctious. Enjoy every second of it. And good luck on Sunday. We really appreciate you having us.
Wouldn't expect nothing else.
Yep, so that's what you got to love about Demario. Good veteran. Like he says, that this is what I love about him. You play it in between the lines. So while that whistle's going for them 7-8 seconds, he says, doing the thing, that's when you prove yourself. After the whistle's blown, you stop. And that's what we got us doing. That's what he was trying to say for Latimer, you know. Prove yourself while the whistle's going. While that whistle's after that whistle's blown, man, let it go.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly the type of DNA you wish for in a leader. That's exactly what you wish for. You know, if you had to comprise your own mentality of a leader on your football team, like that's the format. That's the absolute format. You
Tell
know,
him, Chloe. Tell him,
Chloe,
Chloe. Tell him.
Chloe, when Michael
Tell him who's
coming
gonna
back?
win.
I know you know. I know you know.
Hi, Chloe.
I'm gonna start talking to you like Dr. Loomis was talking to Jamie on Halloween 4. Tell me where is he? Tell me where is he? No, bruh, it's so funny watching these national media shows try to stoke up shit. Like, oh my god, they so corny. Like Nick Wright is the ugliest person ever.
He is
Like
one of the
mentally,
stupidest. Like I don't know what it is about the media. Like you didn't see the whole time. Like every single different person that talked and asked him questions was asking him questions to try to like piss him off, or
right?
it was like
Right.
stupid. Like instead of just recognizing them and say, "Hey, look, thank you for that show you gave us last night. Great job, da 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 da." Then they start asking, "Oh, so you think this is gonna be one of them games where you gotta prove it?" No, they've been proving the defense. The defense been proving
Right.
it. What do you gotta prove to Tom Brady? All they gotta do is the next game up. That's who we playing next. Is the BUCCS. That's who we're gonna focus on, and our defense is gonna be the same defense. Because so far this year, I have not seen the defense play bad at all.
Yeah, I mean, late in the game against New York, probably
Yep.
the lack of pass rush. That's two things that stand out, obviously. But overall, bro, we got one of the most dominant defenses in the league right now. And like he said, it don't matter about the people on the outside worrying about what's respect and who's the better and blah blah this and that. It's about who you facing, and if they got your respect, and and they know what's up. That's basically what he's saying. Know what I'm saying? It ain't about y'all respect or what y'all think of. It's about who we about to go tackle, who we about to go hit in the mouth. Do they respect us? And they do. And they will, you know. And he said very quietly, and he said very eloquently. And he said it in the best way possible, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just another facet of him that makes him a leader. You know, have a dominant performance like that, and then go on a show and have to deal with these ass clowns asking these ridiculous questions, and have children, have all these babies, you know, and he just is as cucumber cool. And I mean, what more? I mean, that's double D, bro. I mean, damn, dude, you feel me? Like he just a leader, dog. He's just a leader.
Yep.
But I did notice one thing. What they should have asked him was late in the game when Coach Payton had corralled the whole defense together and was telling them something. I know it was to the effect of calm down, don't let them know where your goat is tied up at, play the game inside the whistles. But what did he really say? Now, if they was real journalists, they would have asked him what Coach Payton was telling y'all late in the game with
You
all the
got that right.
with all the feistiness going on.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
that's a question. No, they want these diluted ass, soda pop ass questions like DeMario Davis is gonna go on a national television show and cut a fucking WWF Attitude Era promo on his opponents like he don't have to face them next Sunday. It is completely ridiculous. It's
Yep.
just completely ridiculous. Like, every game is a statement game, right? Because it's in
Yep.
a win or a loss column, right? Like every question they asking is like, bulletin board material. They're not
Yep.
asking questions. They're not asking questions. Is Chris Richard a better coach? Has he made it a better player? What, has special teams played a big role? Has field position helped y'all? Whatever. probably made it harder. Because if they drive, then they on the field longer in a way. But they're not asking these introspective questions. They want to fill their air cast up with this dumb shit. They want to just fill the airways up with the stupidest, dumbest questions that's like gonna be the answer to it, and they gonna ask it anyways. I
Well,
do not understand it.
CT, the national media for the most part, they're just talking heads, and they want that clickbait material. They want to lower themselves down to the lowest common denominator.
Right.
But if they're good journalists, they want their fan base to be intelligent. They're gonna ask substantive questions.
Thank you. Bow. Bow. Straight up. Because they know what they're offering, and they know that they want people to ingest valuable, edifying things instead of that nonsensical noise pollution that they consistently put out. It's like laughing gas. It just completely it just speaks to the level of where ESPN is, where all of these newscast stations are. I mean, they used to be creme de la creme, bro. Like they used to have the ratings and the hosts and the personalities. Now they just have these fake ass, never played a sport in their life ass, looking ass, dumbass Chris Broussard, NBA journalist looking ass, asking an NFL middle linebacker about the ins and outs of having physicality put up on you and risking your life every Sunday looking ass, cute anchor with the glasses, with the tied hair looking ass, with the breast job looking ass, stupid ass, dumb ass, stupid ass shit. That's what they like now.
Hey, Crusher and Tess, just to be honest with y'all too, I think the media is so stupid. I think if they would just change their, mind and actually study teams and actually look into the teams and see how they actually playing and see who the coaches are and actually be looking at shit and actually studying and actually speak facts like we do and speak it, they might get more views because I feel like they lose views on their videos because, let's say a Jets fan. A Jets fan don't have to go click on the media and go find out what they're going to say because they know damn well they're going to say the Jets sucks. There's no even point of having you on the media. If Tom Brady's going to play any team, you know what they're going to say? We're picking Tom Brady's in the buck. It's Tom Brady. Instead of actually looking into it and saying, oh, Matthew Stafford's on the Rams. Oh, that's a hell of a team. He's got a better team, a better defense, better receivers, better O-line, better everything. I feel like Matthew Stafford can beat them. But no, they all pit BUCCS to win. Why? Because it was Tom Brady. It's like you already know what they're going to say before you even click on the video. It's like y'all losing people. If y'all go on there and say, if everybody, this media for this week would have been like, y'all, the BUCCS lost twice last year. Yeah, they might have all the same pieces. They might not be the same team. The Saints might not be the same team because they lost people on defense. They lost Drew and all that. And they might have had no Michael Thomas. But with what they've been through so far this beginning of the season and how they 4-2, and with that coach over there, Sean Payton, knowing how to play against Tom Brady and all this BUCCS team, and they actually say, hey, to be honest with you, I think the Saints will pull an upset. If all these people will do stuff like that and talk like that, they might start getting a lot more views from a lot of people.
Right.
To be honest. Right. But they speak the same shit. Tom Brady's going to win. Tom Brady's going to win. Tom Brady's going to win. It's the same shit over and over, and they get sick and tired of it, and people don't want to watch it because they already know what they're saying.
Yeah. And on top of that, it's almost been this like great exodus from these, $1 million sports telecast channels to podcasts and people doing their own thing, going, try to research their own way, go on their own journaling journey, if you will, not just asking these watered down questions that these rich folks want me to ask, but let me go my own way to really be a journalist. The Dan Lebatars of the world, the Janelles of the world, the Carrie Champions of the world. It's almost like people going from WWE to AEW. It's like a great exodus. It's like all that mainstream shit that shit is out the door, bro. People want the real, bro. They're not sports entertainers, bro. They professional wrestlers, bro. They're not, anchors on a news show. They are sports writers, bro. And they want to go be a sports writer. The Bomani Jones of the world, the Michael Smiths of the world. All of these people used to literally be on ESPN all day, and they're not no more. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. ESPN is just the worst thing ever, bro. It's just the worst thing ever.
Well, so many people get into these media jobs, and they think that they can just bring their D game. And man,
right.
It's a 21st century.
Right.
Come into it.
Right.
Exactly.
To be honest with y'all, I don't understand this. Look. So this is what I want to do. Just to give y'all, the reason why I started this podcast is because I like speaking facts. I love Saints football. I can do it all day. And like I told you, I want this channel to blow up one day. Money coming in. I can bring shitload of people to the Saints games. Buy the suites, buy good seats. Do everything we can possibly do for our Saints organization and stuff like that, and our Saints fans. But also, my final goal for because people always ask me, what do you want to do with your life? What you want to do down the road? And I think I came to that conclusion now. Knowing that I love this podcast, I want to have, at the end of the day, before I die, I want to have my own radio station, talk show about sports, especially about my Saints, and all that, and actually be able to talk what the hell I want and not be a stupid-ass media person. Because if I wanted to go talk on a talk show and go to get a degree and, go be on ESPN, they would not let me be there for a week. They probably won't even hire me for a day. They would kick my ass out of there because I'll be speaking the facts, and they would hate me. And they're like, you got to read the script. You got to read what's on the screen. And that is what's so effed up about, sports these days. It's like in the media, it's just you speaking off of what they want you to read instead of you coming on there and actually giving it your thoughts. Because I bet you some of these media people know, like, shit, I'm scared against Tom Brady this year because that defense is really legit. I don't even think Jameis had to win the game for him. But they don't want to say that because on the media thing, they want everybody to hype up the BUCCS to win. And that's what I don't like about it. And that's why I said at the end of the day, I want to have my own radio station / talk show to where I can talk about however I want it. And if you like it and you like the facts, then come and listen to it. If you don't have to listen to it.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's the way of the world now. I mean, look at what how careers are started, man. It's literally, years and years and years and thousands and upon thousands of dollars of education have led to really somebody now just having an idea and the resources to do it. Has nothing to do with trying to, have the structured career and the structured, body of work and all these other things that people wanted to tell us that mattered, and it's just not working that way. And I'll look out in the world now and see it. I think it's more valuable to have a trade instead of a degree in this world. The vocational change in our society that is this leads to a smarter population. It leads to a smarter, more intellectual person as a whole.
Can I tell y'all a little story?
Of course.
Yes, ma'am. We love stories.
All right. So y'all know I'm a person of a certain age, so I've been around a lot. And I've lived a very full and diverse life.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you did? I mean, you don't sound old.
Exactly.
Well, I thank you. Anyway, so
is this an interview with a vampire?
I work. It might be tonight for sure. Anyway, I worked at let's say a university in New Orleans. Mm-hmm. And I worked in the physics and engineering physics department for almost 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
All those guys have multiple PhDs. They have master's degrees. Some of them are smart, but most of them, you wonder how they get up in the morning, tie their shoes, and get to work without getting run over by a bus. I kid you not.
Mm-hmm.
So the best education you can give yourself is to be open-minded, get outside your own bubble, travel if you can't travel. You get out, you read, you meet people, you observe, you listen, become an astute observer of human nature. It will serve you well.
Yes. Well
And
said.
I'm gonna end on this little note. Life unaware is addition and subtraction, right? But an aware life is calculus, and it will open more doors.
Thanks. Beautifully said.
And with that, I'm going to let you guys go. Hoodie, thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. CT,
No problem.
always good mixing it up with you.
Always. And
And look,
you're gonna cut your camera on so I can see you if we get this video to where we at in the lights. No, I'm just playing. It's always lovely. It's
I'll
always
get
lovely
there.
to talk to you, Seth.
I'll get there
It's
someday.
always lovely. Always lovely.
But I
No,
really
no.
want to. I really want to thank the subscribers and the people that have come over here and they participate in the chat and they give their love and they give their thoughts.
Yep.
We've got some really good people that come over here, and I hope they keep coming.
Straight up.
Yes,
Straight
definitely. Up. And also,
well.
we can make a deal with Miss Tess, huh? Let me tell you, we are currently at 326 subscribers. How about we set? Oh, well, 327. My bad. I must have gained one tonight, and I did not know. We're gonna, let's say if we reach 500 subscribers, we'll get Miss Tess to maybe come on and actually be able to sell her. What about that, Tess?
Maybe.
Gotcha. All right, everybody, start sharing it. Start subscribing right now. Hurry, give me the 500 tonight. We want to see Miss Tess tomorrow. So please, everybody, share.
All right. Well, good night. Who dat? And tomorrow, have a great Halloween. Let's hope the Saints show the Tampa Bay Buccaneers no mercy.
Yes, ma'am. Who dat to you? And also, y'all, thank y'all, Miss Tess. Also, while we got people in here still, a nice good crowd, we got Mr. Greg in here. He said he's back up in here. Just to let y'all know, Greg's got his own little show and little, not a podcast, but I think he's got his own little YouTube channel with the Pelicans. And he sent me this video a while back, and I played it in a few of my videos. I wanted to play real quick. It's a short little video just to give y'all a little break from us talking and just to show some support to Mr. Greg, y'all.
We are the Pelicans. We are New Orleans. We are heart. We are Hayes. We are not afraid. We work hard when we play. We do what we want, like Alexander Walker. We are bold. We are brash. We are bourbon and jazz. We are Pels. We are Nola. We are Zion. Let's dance. And we rise to the sky because our feathers stay fly, and we won't touch ground because our city gonna shine, and our wings take flight because our time is now. We are New Orleans. We are the Pelicans. We won't bow down.
Creates the turnover. Bledsoe. He's got Zion on the trail. Redick at the percentage buster for Brandon Ingram. Got it. He's in from three. 52% tonight. Good take. And how about that man?
And he's got it right here. He said it's called the Pelicans Talk 504, y'all. If y'all haven't, go subscribe to this man's channel. He gives y'all the contents about the Pelicans. But Greg, all I gotta tell you, man, is you need to change that video soon. And I seen you put the video with Ingram shooting, but shoot the thing I've been watching with Devontae Graham. Oh my God, that boy's legit. That's a legit point guard. So you might want to put his highlights in there, hitting all these screens right now. I really do like Devontae Graham, y'all. Yeah. But let's get back into the.
It might jinx him. Let's wait. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. We keep.
Yeah, let's wait. Let's see. But so far, he's been legit. But we're already going on 3 hours of talking and stuff. So I know I got to get up early for the game.
Yeah.
And also to let everybody know, Mr. Crusher did win to go with me, but he wasn't able to be able to go to the game. So last minute, I had to pick another winner that I know that lives close by. That's a subscriber, and I asked multiple people that hasn't been yet, and everybody was busy because of Halloween. So I'm bringing another subscriber that I know. I talked to you today, and they said they can go with me. Plus, we get to bring my little godchild with me too. He gets to go to his first Saints game, which is gonna be awesome. Me and remember Noah that I shouted out the other night. I told you he helps me with the tickets. That's his son, and I'm the godfather of that kid. So we get to bring him to the first Saints game, and for Halloween night, so I know it's gonna be fun with him. And and then the other subscriber that's coming with me. I think he went with me to the last one, but he was the last resort guy, and I told him, I said that was why he went to the last game, because he was last resort, and here again we were last resort. So he's coming again, and he said thanks for having me, as a subscriber to come last resort. And I said, hey, there's gonna be a lot of it sometimes, because some people can't make it because they might live out of state. But eventually, once this channel grows up and we get more people that actually live down here, subscribing and watching, trust me, we'll have a lot more people. We won't have to do last resort on those. But congratulations to Mr. Dillon. He gets to go with us again. And like I said, I get to bring my godchild, which is gonna be awesome, y'all. It's gonna be fun. Trust me, I'm gonna take pictures. I'm gonna definitely take some pictures, do some videos.
Definitely.
And everybody wants to know.
Is he wearing a costume?
Wait, what?
Is he wearing a costume?
Oh, I don't know if he is. I asked my friend, I asked him if he was wearing something. He ain't wearing nothing. But me, I'm up in the air now on the costume, just because of one reason, because I can't find a mask Jason, Friday the 13th, and Michael Myers.
Of course.
Well, I was gonna get a Michael Myers mask, but I couldn't find one. They all sold out everywhere. Yeah, they sold out everywhere. And then I went for the Friday the 13th. They sold out. Well, what happened was I bought a black shirt, black pants. Literally, they wear the fixed cars. I bought one of those little jumpsuit type of outfits, and I was gonna wear Michael Myers or something. I was gonna get the mask, Michael Myers, and paint and not paint it, but dye the hair gold just to make it look entertaining like a Saints one. And on the back of my shirt, it was gonna say, I normally kill everybody on Halloween, but tonight I'm here for the refs. And I thought that was gonna be funny as hell to have out there, but I can't find nobody to help me, put the shirt on, and I gotta leave early in the morning, so I doubt I might just go back and just wear a jersey myself. And
that's a good idea. In this climate that might have been taken like kind of inflammatory. Somebody would have, it might be better that you don't wear that, because somebody would have took that wrong. Of course, you didn't mean it, but yeah. This climate we live in, people are just,
Yep.
I'm so glad Dylan get to go again. I'm glad your guy, baby, get to go enjoy his first Saints game. It's gonna be a loud one, gonna be a lit one. Definitely excited that he get to go. I'm sorry I couldn't make it, man. I'm just across the state and got a lot going on. But somewhere down the road, bro, we're gonna link up.
Yep.
And we're gonna get a little done.
Another thing, y'all, before I totally forget. I picked our winner, I think it was Sunday. Last Sunday we picked the winner, I think it was. Did I pick you Sunday, or was it Monday before the game? Might have been Monday before this. Monday, got y'all. But just to show y'all that I'm not bullshitting, this one right, okay, let me move it over. You see Atlanta Falcons versus New Orleans Saints, which is next Sunday. I got my tickets, 6 of them. So, who's going with me? I just want to let y'all know, for y'all can congratulate the person already. One of the person I am taking with me automatically, which is not taking nobody's subscriber spot at all, is my girlfriend Madison. She's never been, and we can congratulate her. So she's finally get to go to her first game. My friend Noah's going with me, like always. Noah's going with me. I believe his girlfriend's gonna go with him again, like she went last time. But then we're gonna bring 2 subscribers, because I bought 6 tickets. So 2 more subscribers gets to go Sunday. So hey, if Mr. Crusher, if you can find a way to get down here next Sunday, let me know, and then you can have your ticket back, since you couldn't make it this week. and
Yes,
then I'll
sir.
pick one lucky winner. So just let me know soon, and then cause I'm gonna try to do a drawing Monday or on Tuesday.
Monday?
You know,
Okay.
they give people a heads up again.
Okay. It might be a rough stretch, man, but I'm definitely gonna try the same method I did last week and see what I could do,
Yep.
brother. Because I definitely need to go to the game. I haven't been to a game since we lost to the BUCCS and Ryan Fitzpatrick in week 1.
Week 1. That's been a while. That's what, 18? 17?
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Yeah, 18.
18.
But this is my thoughts, y'all. But this is my reaction. So, do y'all think the Saints are going to get blowed out and get their ass whooped by the Tampa Bay?
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no.
Hey, I think Mike Evans gonna have 3 touchdowns on.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no.
Oh, I think Leonard Fournette's gonna have one of the biggest game ever of his career.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no.
I think Tom Brady's gonna. I think Tom Brady, you know, is gonna get sacked. Hell yeah. To the hell yeah. Hell to the yeah. Hey, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna download that video of people doing the chant with the yes. And you know how me, I like to make funny videos and stuff to play in between to make it more enjoyable for people while they watch them. I'm definitely gonna do this because the reason why I gotta get it in here is because people are such haters on the Saints. And like I told you earlier, where I feel like the coaches are taking this and showing it to their players so they can hype them up, like Bobby BUCCS in the movie Waterboy. I'm going to get that film from Waterboy, and when he's thinking in his head of stuff, as soon as he's about to think something, it's going to show, meter saying, Saints got no chance, this got no chance, da-da-da. It's going to say that, and then it's going to show Bobby BUCCS tackling somebody. And I'm going to try to replace his head with Demario Davis, because that would be funny as hell. So I'm gonna try to make one of the videos too.
In general, just a little flirtily in general, because that's what the fuck we do. It happens.
Yep, and
another day at the office.
Yeah, and just to let y'all know too, because I ain't seen Saints on one tonight. He must be busy. But I gotta play his video for him because I feel like this man's gonna have a big game tomorrow, y'all. Because I feel like they're gonna try to pick on him too much, and I don't think he's gonna allow it.
Paulson Adebo will shine in 29.
Yes, he will shine in 29 tomorrow in the Caesar Dome or Superdome, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. They got me so effed up with these damn name changes and shit. I don't even know why.
Yeah.
They should have named it after. They should have named it after Tom Benson, the one that passed away that owned it anyway. They should have named it something else. But after him, no damn Caesar Dome.
Yeah,
but
I mean, you never know. It might be the Dixie beer can in the next couple years. Shit, you never know.
Yep. So y'all. With that being said, y'all, we've been over 3 hours of the show. Thank y'all for all being in here, y'all. After being here for 3 hours, we finally dropped down to like 9 viewers, but we was literally at 15 to 18 people for almost 3 hours. Like people was literally just staying in here watching, supporting the show. So thank you again, Mr. Jerry, Mr. Crusher right here, Miss Taz. Thank y'all, everybody that came on the round table and stuff. And everybody, y'all are more than welcome. Even though you might be a Falcons fan. I just want to put this video in case y'all might watch the Saints highlight, one of my podcasts, because y'all are gonna be playing this next week. If you're a Falcons fan and you're not one of the people that just talk shit and just hate on stuff, and you actually speak football and like to speak facts and stuff, come on here on the round table, because I have the round table for every week now for any games that we play. Come on the round table and just talk some stuff like Bucks for Life did with Big Q, because he didn't really did anything wrong. Said the Saints was sucky and all that. He just supported his Bucks, told him why he thinks the Bucks should win, and just have a nice, good conversation with everybody. Because I'm not one of those people that's just gonna say, "Hey, a lot of Falcons fans, y'all are ass." No, I'm not gonna be like that. I'm gonna tell y'all it's any given Sunday, y'all can win. If we try to underestimate y'all can beat us. By the way, y'all offense, pretty damn decent. Matt Ryan's not a bad quarterback like people think.
And not even, that might almost, initialize or insult by saying we're not gonna underestimate y'all. are like implicating that, you do think that they below you. Hey, they won 3 in a row. It's hard to win in this league. Kyle Pitts is acting like he's supposed to act. He's definitely a weapon. And when you see him on Madden, he's getting he's getting touches and putting up numbers. So yeah, hey, big ups to all our, big ups to all our opponents. Huge respect to all our opponents, man. Huge respect to anybody we oppose. And because at the end of the day, it's all love, man. It's all love. We unified under one thing, and that's just the love of football. That's just the love of football. Period.
Yep.
It's like being an Xbox fan or a PS5 fan. It's a gaming fan. You're a WWE fan, you're a wrestling fan. We all football fans at the end of the day. It's all love. Mad respect to Buck Life. It came behind enemy lines, dude, straight up, and stood his own. How can you not respect somebody like that, man? Yeah, man. Shouts out to everybody in the chat. Once again, before y'all sneak out of here, make sure you go hit that and crush that and dot that and slash that like up. Get them up. Make sure if you ain't subscribed, then you get on connected and subscribe. Share this on your social media. We're going to get more schedulized and formatted here down the road so we can have more touts and scheduled, shares and when we going live and things like that. But thank you so much for your support. Thank you, Hoodie Jube. I appreciate everything.
Yes, sir. No problem. And also, I just want to let everybody know there's people out there who are real YouTubers, who are real podcasters that know what they're talking about and knows how to have fun, and love the sport. And then they got assholes out there who tries to be like the real media. And just to let y'all know, I ran into those people last night because they had this BUCCS, that randomly popped up on my channel. So I said, let me look at the BUCCS people and see what they got, right? Well, it was 4 people all in a little round table together talking. One of them has his other own BUCCS, podcast or whatever. Tell me why these dude was cursing off the rip. Tell me why their thumbnail picture of their title says "fuck the Saints." That's like you ain't supposed to be having curse words all the time, doing all that. They were cursing every 5 seconds, dude. Every 5 seconds cursing. Then one of the dude that has another channel himself is gonna come over here and have a mask on, gloves, and have all like cleaning stuff like Clorox and all that, wipes and stuff. Have it in his hand and say, and they asked him why he had all that on him. And they said, because when you go to that nasty place in Louisiana, and you go to the Superdome, you're going to need all this stuff to clean it up and this and that. And they said, that state is so shitty. And then they all saying, every time they talked about anything about New Orleans, F this, F on Bourbon Street, F that. Somebody literally said they hope, so, and it wasn't them. They said they read one of the fans' comments and thing and said, I hope Sean Payton loses his house next time they have a hurricane. It's like, dude, like, are y'all that toxic? Like, y'all that mad because y'all wasn't recognized for 15 years? Y'all was a no team. Y'all was a shithole. You really had to win 1 Super Bowl and bring Tom Brady over here for y'all to finally start being toxic and, being like that? Like, really? And then I went to go look up the YouTube, right? Because I'm hearing them talk shit after shit after shit, acting like they're going to, like, pound the ball and just kill us after we just beat the shit out of them last year, right? I went to go look at his thing and I said, let me see what his oldest video is. Just to see when he started this YouTube.
Right after that?
No. You want to know when he started it?
Super Bowl.
His first video was on the BUCCS getting Tom Brady. And then his next one was the draft.
Oh, wow.
And stuff like that. So you telling me as soon as you heard Tom Brady, you wanted to make a podcast? Oh, my Lord. I said, that shows you right there. And then they acting like the media. Oh, they suck. Like he don't even give nobody credits. But just to let y'all know and give y'all a heads up too, they had this other podcast that popped up on the BUCCS. I was scared to click on it too. Feel like they're about to be assholes too, right? No, they had these 2 guys. Let me look on Twitter real quick. I want to read y'all their names. One of them is Mr. Evan NFL. That's his gamer tag, and the other one was Mr. Red. Y'all, they 2 YouTubers for on their own podcast, for the BUCCS. And they speak the facts. They both, like, one dude said, I think this was going to happen with the BUCCS. The other one will, like, say, I kind of disagree. The Saints defense is really good. It's a legit team. To be honest, I think this team is a little bit better. And I even messaged them privately, and I told them this message right here. I said, hey, man, I'm a Saints YouTuber. I want to let you know I subscribe to your channel, and I like their video, their recent video. I said, I respect you and your boy. I said, we all got respect for each other compared to these other YouTubers that just think everything is easy and the Saints sucks and talking harsh and curse words after curse words.
Yeah.
I said, and also talking about our state and stuff, dude. I said, that's toxic. I said, nice podcast, by the way. I said, if you and your boy is down, I'm having me a live podcast tonight with a roundtable if y'all would like to join. The other guy responded back to me when I said that. He said, hey, man, I appreciate you reaching out and saying the nice things about the podcast. Unfortunately, this weekend I'm very busy and I won't be able to make it. But maybe I can make it on another roundtable for you. Maybe if we have a when we play each other again for week 15. He said, thanks again for the support, man.
Yeah,
so,
awesome.
And that's a good thing. So he sounds like a really good BUCCS, podcast compared to the other toxic people that's got to talk shit and say you hope this and that. And then they said they were happy when we played against them in Tampa Bay that one year and Sean Payton broke his leg or something, hurt his leg. They were happy for that. I'm like, dude, that is like sad. It's like, what is wrong with y'all? And then I found out one of the guys that was on his talk show is I think he's in jail. Not in jail, but he got out for like a few days and has to go back to the council and stuff, all that shit, locked up or whatever. I don't know. Something like that. I'm like,
peace out, Gree. That's Gree, baby. That's how you pronounce your name, Gree. Man, much love to you, baby. Appreciate you. Good to see you here, baby. Who that?
Who that to you, man? So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't give a damn if they come and see my podcast and y'all are fake podcasters because y'all don't just say, I know and understand y'all want to support y'all Buccaneers, but just to say y'all just gonna dog shit us and just acting like y'all the best in the world just because y'all got Tom. I would like them to answer that question. Do you believe in y'all Bucks to beat us if Tom Brady went down? Oh no, nobody can win with their starting quarterback. Okay, well that's why we 12-3 without our Hall of Fame starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Please give me another answer.
I mean that's the identity of a loser, no matter what. It don't matter.
Yep.
It doesn't matter how good your team is, how bad your team is. If you can't respect your opponent, then you don't deserve respect. If you can't respect your opponent, then that lets me know that you don't deserve respect and you're not even worthy of competing.
Hey, and to be honest with you, and this will answer your question and all that. Last year, we beat them in the first game, and then we skunked them in the second game where everybody thought the team chemistry was back. How much you want to bet? I guarantee you. I'm not blaming this on Tom. I'm blaming this on Bruce Arians and the Tampa Bay. I bet you they were disrespecting our team so much, thinking all kind of negative shit, and that's why we beat them. And I'm telling you, that's why I think this game's going to be a lot closer. And if we pull up the upset, like I think we will, like I said, 21-17, something like that, 24-17, something like that. The reason why I say that is because Tom Brady has been talking about it all week long, how great this team is just because of the defense alone, how elite they are. He's actually watching them and showing respect. And that tells you right there he's not underestimating this team. So that means it's going to be a better game than a blowout. And that tells you compared to last year. Last year they wasn't talking about, the Saints defense is elite, this and that. They just went on and played and thought they were going to whoop our ass because they got their team chemistry now, and that didn't happen. So now Tom Brady knows how this team really is, especially with Sean Payton. And I'm telling you, now this game's going to be a little bit closer, in my opinion.
And divisional games is like going to that family reunion with them cousins that you don't like. It's like, oh shit, I know I gotta go. I know I gotta see him again at Christmas. I know I gotta see him again at Easter. Just the amount of dread you have to go talk to somebody and meet them, and knowing you can't get out of it. It's destiny. We'll see you. We'll see you for the holidays.
Yep.
And that's what divisional games are. They can really go either way because they know each other like the back of their hand, and it's gonna come down to a couple of plays, and let's see who make them.
Yep.
And I'm gonna
that's
bet
what it's
on
gonna be.
24-17 Saints. Who that?
Who that to y'all? And by the way, before we head out of here, I'm gonna play another little short video that I made for my last podcast. This is what's coming for this Sunday, y'all. Tomorrow. This is not tomorrow. Today. This is what's coming in about 12 hours. No, 13 hours. About 13 hours. This is
Slim South. Yeah, man. For real, bro. Facts, bro. Facts.
This is what you're about to see right here.
I seen that thing almost get to like 130, 128. I was like, oh, I never seen it that high.
Yeah,
so they brought it. We're going to need it all the way to the playoffs. So appreciate that, Who That Nation.
How did you realize it was so loud? Just from hearing it? Is anything you noticed?
Yeah, you can hear it, and then you look up on the screen, and it, it get up. What is it?
The decibels, whatever that.
Watermelon zoom! Look at the details! Oh, Lord! Look at the details! Oh, Lord!
That is what you're about to see tomorrow, y'all. That hype from freaking Mark Ingram, y'all. Yo, listen, I said it again earlier. I'm going to say it one more time before I get off Crusher. Ingram is going to put that spark for Kamara. You already know that damn shit. You already see what happens. Yep. I'm ready to see what already of a good leader and spark that Winston brings to the table. I want to see what Ingram does to Winston. I feel like they can be like our freaking best buddy, just like him and Kamara, because Winston is one of those leaders that can, brighten up the day and be funny and stuff, just like Ingram. And I swear, that's making me have more hope for tomorrow too and more hype. It's because of Ingram hyping up our boy Jameis. Like, if Jameis scores a touchdown and stuff like that, he's gonna be like this. Look at the detail on that pass. Look at that beautiful bomb. Like, I'm telling you, dude, he's gonna be hyping him up. And I swear, if we beat the BUCCS and Jameis has that big game, and Coach Sean Payton athlete allows my boy Jameis to just unleash the beast this game, and he has a good game.
Yep.
I'm telling y'all right now, I'm calling it. I bet people some money. In that interview, Mark Ingram was gonna be in that interview talking. That's my boy. That's the quarterback. I tell you, he's gonna be hyping him up.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's who Mark is. That's who Mark is. Who he always been. Positive brother. Both of them Heisman winners. They know it. They got the best hearts in the world. They got the most competitive energy in the world. They perfect teammates. So winning heals all. Winning heals all. Winning is the crock pot. Winning is where it starts. Success always breeds positivity and chemistry. And so, let's see what tomorrow brings. I'm excited. I'm glad to see my favorite Saint back on the field.
Yes, me too. I'm ready to see what that brings to the table. But with that being said, y'all, we had this show over 3 hours. Thanks to everybody that's been in here supporting us, y'all, and watching and just literally just chatting with us. And I'm gonna try to get back on here tomorrow night for a little while, but we're gonna schedule a big round table for Monday. But I think tomorrow, either Crusher, you and me, Jerry, your original people can get on and hop on here. But Monday we'll get like Saints 01. I'm gonna try to pull Mr. TJ in here if I can, and because I know he said he'll come on here one day for us. So I'm gonna try to talk to him tomorrow and see if he can come on Monday on the show for us and stuff like that. And we'll have a big round table that Monday about the whole game.
Yeah, that sound. Look, win or lose, baby, we're here to talk Saints football.
And with that being said, can you please tell them before I play that last video, what do they have to do for Jameis Winston and the Saints? What do they got to do?
Acknowledge him.
And yes, from me and Crusher, we always tell y'all, acknowledge them, and thank y'all again. Who that, y'all?
Who
and
that? Much
if
love.
you don't know, y'all will know. There's no YouTube without your boy, Hoodie Jube. And what's the best way to end it? With the intro, y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, get ready for an entertainment explosion. Get ready for an avalanche of awesomeness. Get ready to go live with your boy. Here he is, Hoodie Jube. And make sure you hit the subscribe button for your chance to win tickets to a live New Orleans Saints football game.